Live Desk.
Hey guys, welcome into the Wisconsin Live Desk on this Tuesday afternoon, December 2nd, which is crazy that we are already in December. I know it's going to fly by and be January before I know it. Well, it is Haley, and I'll be with you here for the next hour of the Wisconsin Live Desk. Then we have Mary Stoker-Smith. She'll be joining us from 1:30 to 2:30, and then you also get Kim Murphy today from 2:30 to 3:30. So it's a little bit of a ladies' hour here on the Wisconsin Live Desk. If you've never tuned in before, we monitor feeds both here locally in Milwaukee, kind of around the Badger State, and even around the country and sometimes the world. We bring you news live as it happens. So I did just want to show you some of the feeds and kind of the news that we're monitoring right now. I want to start with this cabinet meeting where President Trump is in attendance with several members of his team there. You see Marco Rubio. Of course, you can see just several leaders there. So we're going to monitor this cabinet board meeting. We'll let you know what they discuss, bring you any of the breaking news. We're also expecting to hear what's being kind of advertised as a pretty big announcement from the president. That should be here in about half an hour. Sometimes those are a little bit delayed, but we'll bring it to you as soon as that feed pops up and let you know what that big announcement is. The other thing I want to do is take a live look outside here in Milwaukee. Of course, this is Mitchell International Airport, where it is quite snowy and it is quite chilly. Thankfully not snowing today, but we still have plenty of the white stuff left over from our big snowstorm kind of on Saturday, as well as getting about another inch last night. But it's 20 degrees outside. Unfortunately, it feels even colder. It feels about 11 degrees with the wind chill. So if you are heading out the door, just make sure to bundle up. With those kind of temperatures, you want the winter coat and all the accessories, the hat, the gloves, the scarf, or maybe you just want to hop on a plane and go to somewhere that is warmer, which that is the opportunity you have today, right? It's Travel Tuesday, one of the best weeks of the year, really, just to score some major travel savings, especially on those dream bucket list trips. We're actually being joined right now by travel expert Janine. She's kind of got her top picks for us here. Janine, thanks so much for joining us on the Wisconsin Live Desk.
My pleasure.
Okay, so why is this such kind of a smart time to book those big bucket list trips for next year?
Well, you know, we hear so much about retail during the month of November and all the Black Friday deals. It's also a really great time for travel, especially today being deemed Travel Tuesday. But it's not just today, really. We've seen a lot of these travel deals start earlier in the month, and some of them even run through the first week of December. So now's a great time to get online and take advantage of these. And they're really across the board in all travel categories, from airlines, hotels, cruise lines, guided tours, you name it. So you can really, whatever you're looking to do in 2026, if you're organized enough to really think ahead to when you want to travel, you can take advantage of some really great deals this week.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially, honestly, Janine, days like today where I am so cold and I want to be anywhere outside of the Midwest, I love to just start thinking of next year and the places I could go, which, speaking of, a huge trend I know is experiential travel. So I'm curious, what kind of deals are you seeing in this category today?
Yeah, well, first of all, we just continue to see this category grow. These immersive trips that focus on food and culture. There are some great deals out there right now for these. And these are more guided tours. So if you're looking for, that kind of bucket list trip where you have a tour guide that plans all your logistics and teaches you about these destinations when you're there, this is really what you would be looking for. One of the best, I think, out there right now is from a brand called EF Go Ahead Tours. They're one of the most reputable in the industry. They've been around for decades. They are offering today on Travel Tuesday 25% off some of their biggest trips. Now, they do a lot of things like food and wine tours in Italy, hiking tours, biking tours, all kinds of different active tours across Europe and many international destinations. So this is a really great one. Another way you can save on this type of trip is by also going and taking your trip during their off season. So those off-peak times are really March through May. So it's a great way to really kind of stack the savings of traveling during that less expensive time with some of these deals that we're seeing right now. So that's one that I really love. And it is one of those bigger bucket list trips. So finding deals on that can certainly help travelers out.
I also feel like, sometimes when you think about going overseas, which is the dream and all those bucket list, destinations, it can get stressful because you don't know what you should do, where you should stay, where you should eat. So the idea of somebody else planning it, a dream.
Absolutely. I think that's just such the advantage of these types of trips is you're getting to go to all these amazing destinations and have these really immersive experiences, and someone's planning it all for you and they're with you along the way. So there's a lot of comfort in that. These are really great for those women only trips or solo travelers as well. If you're someone who was willing to get out and do it on your own, joining one of these type of group tours is a fantastic idea. There's a lot of safety in it, and you also meet a lot of other like-minded travelers as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the idea of kind of making a new friend while also out and traveling. Okay, so I don't like the cold, but I know some people do. Ski season is about to kick off, so I'm curious, what do we need to know if we want to go book a ski kind of holiday?
Yeah, we are in the prime booking window for ski vacations. A lot of the resorts out west are already open. And so are some deals out there to be had. Going early in the season is one way that you can save. I think the off-peak times for ski are early in the season, so pre-Christmas week, and then later in the spring, late March into early April. So that will help you save by going during those off-peak times. One of the best deals out there for families right now is actually in Utah. Ski Utah has what it calls their Ski Utah Passport. It's for 4th, 5th, and 6th graders. So if you have kids in that age group, you'll want to listen up to this. It gives your kids 3 days of skiing at each of their 15 resorts, so 45 days of total skiing. I don't know who's going to use all of that, but it's worth it for just one trip because the passport's only $89.
Wow.
So well worth it if you have kids in those grades and you're looking out west for a destination to go to. The Ski Utah Passport makes it really, really affordable, $89. And that continues into December that you can buy that. So that's a really great one. I also love Utah right now because they are gearing up for the 2034 Winter Olympics that they're going to host. And while that feels like it's a ways off, we're already seeing resorts pouring hundreds of millions of dollars into new lifts and terrain and lodging experiences. So it's a great time to get out there and just see all the new things happening.
Yeah, absolutely. And what a great deal there with some of those passes.
Yeah.
Definitely want to hop on that opportunity. All right, so before we let you go, any other kind of tips that we really should keep in mind to make sure we're getting the best value today?
Yeah, a few things I would look for if you're online today and you're looking to take advantage. Number one, look for the value adds. There's a lot of them out there. So there's obviously great discounts, 25% off, and this goes across categories, but especially for things like hotels and cruises, you're going to see a lot of value adds, those onboard credits, resort credits, free nights. Sometimes there's loyalty perks included. So those can be really great add-ons in addition to savings. Number two, read the fine print. I can't emphasize this enough. Some of these are pretty broad, but some of them may have blackout dates. They may be a little more restricted with their change in cancellation policies. You want to make sure, are they refundable, non-refundable? Just know what you're buying before you hit book on these. And then finally, as I kind of mentioned earlier, look to those off-peak times when you want to travel. If you want even more savings, traveling during the off-peak times already gives you better pricing, and then stack that on top of these savings that we're seeing here on Travel Tuesday.
Yeah. Can I ask you a selfish question? Because I have been monitoring a flight for January, and I thought, okay, if it doesn't go down on Travel Tuesday, maybe this is the lowest price it's going to be, and I should just go ahead and book it. What are your thoughts?
I always say if it's a price that you feels good, you're comfortable with, go ahead and book it. What I will tell you is that, we're 5 years after COVID, but after COVID happened, all of the airlines really did get more flexible with their change and cancellation policies. So if you find something that you like, and the price goes down, you can check with your airline. They may give you the cheaper price, or you can just cancel it and then rebook at the cheaper price. Use that credit. Most of the times when you're canceling your flights these days, it will go to a credit that you can use in the future. So there's a little less risk in that. But again, make sure that you know exactly what your airline's policies are before you do that.
Yeah, okay, absolutely. Lots of helpful information here. I am sure our viewers are going to want even more information from you. So where can we find you?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram. I'm at The Outside Insider.
Awesome. Well, Janine, this has been incredibly helpful for me selfishly, but I'm sure for a lot of our viewers here this Travel Tuesday. So thanks so much for joining us and giving us all those tips.
Yeah, my pleasure. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Very helpful there on this Travel Tuesday. I love her reminder, too, about some of those guided tours when you think about going to Europe. I know I always want to do that, but I get overwhelmed at the idea of planning it. So let somebody else take the stress on of planning it. And if you're a solo traveler, a super safe way to do that, And I like her point there that you can even make some new friends. Plus, the off season is usually March to May, and my birthday's in March, so I will happily take a nice discount on my birthday trip. Maybe that's the case for you as well. All right, hey, we're going to take a quick break here on the Wisconsin Live Desk. Otherwise, we are going to actually hear from Campaign Calvi pretty soon. That's our very own Jason Calvi. He's been monitoring the gubernatorial race for us here in Wisconsin, which we do have a newcomer. A new candidate is throwing their hat into the ring, and he'll get you all caught up to speed coming up after this break.
This is the Wisconsin Live Desk.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Wisconsin Live Desk. It is Haley for you here at 12:42. We were just talking about Travel Tuesday, where a lot of times you're taken to the sky. And look at this live look right now in Milwaukee of the sky. This is stunning. I mean, this is truly like mesmerizing. I would argue that I could just leave this live shot up for the next hour and you might be entertained. But I won't actually do that, but I mean, just look how low the clouds are, how the sun is peeking through it. Delaney, chime in here. Is this not beautiful?
It's gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
It kind of looks fake.
Yes.
It's so pretty though.
And like the sun, the way it's just right there. And yeah, that is beautiful. The downtown, kind of almost in the fog back there. So pretty. Okay, well, I want to keep it up, but we do have some things on the feed that I'm going to take us to. Instead, while we wait for Jason, who is busy kind of news gathering, again, he is following the latest candidate to throw their hat into the ring for racing for Wisconsin governor. I do want to take us back out to this cabinet meeting. I know we took a look at it at the top of the Wisconsin Live Desk, but now we'll listen in, see what Marco Rubio is saying. Perhaps it has something to do with the Ukraine peace deal. Perhaps not. We will listen in together and learn.
For the transformational aspect of our foreign policy. For the first time in probably 4 decades, the American foreign policy is driven by what is good for America and Americans, whether it makes us safer and stronger and more prosperous. If it is, he's for it. If it doesn't, he's against it. And that sort of clarity is transformational. I close with this, and I know I'm last, so I wanted to be fast, but there was a lot to cover. I do want to say this is the most wonderful and magical time of the year. By that, of course, I'm referring to the college football playoffs. And I just want to say this as a point of personal privilege. And I'm a Florida Gator, but if the University of Miami gets screwed out of the college football playoffs after going 10-2 and beating Notre Dame, the whole thing should be scrapped, and you're going to have to take over it next year.
That's great. Well, thank you all very much. It was terrific. I hope it wasn't too long, but it was very concise. And we've done a lot. This group has done a lot. Amazing. Everybody at this table has done a fantastic. And Susie, thank you for doing a great job as our chief of staff. First female chief of staff in the history of our country, which is pretty amazing when you think of it, right? And she's the best. Thank you very much. Great job. So after that, do you want to ask any questions?
Mr. President, there's been a lot of speculation about who the next Fed chairman could possibly be. You said you have somebody in mind. How many names were you given on the final list? And does that person currently work on the board of Federal Reserve?
Well, I'd say that we probably looked at 10. And Scott interviewed some people that I didn't know, but he knew. And a lot of people were involved in the process, actually, and Howard was involved. But I think we probably looked at 10, and we have it down to 1.
Can you tell us who that is? I want to ask you about Elon Musk, if I could. You talked about Elon Musk. You had him in dinner here in the White House. Is he now back in your circle of friends?
Well, I really don't know. I mean, I like Elon a lot. He was he really helped during the election with his endorsement. He felt strongly. Look, we had one problem. You know, I didn't want to have everybody have to have an electric car, and he makes electric cars. And yeah, I think we get along well.
No, on affordability.
Mr. President.
All right, if you are just joining us, we were listening in here to the end of this cabinet meeting with the president, as well as some of the different secretaries kind of giving updates this December 2nd. President Trump there taking some questions, providing some answers, most recently talking about his kind of former friendship, maybe current friendship again with Elon Musk. But we'll certainly keep our eye on that feed. We'll listen in, let you know if he does answer any other important questions, and let you know what he said. Again, we're also monitoring the president because around 1, we're told he's going to make an announcement. So when that feed pops up, we will bring that to you live here on the Wisconsin Live Desk. But now it is time to bring in Campaign Calvi, or Jason Calvi, as he looks a little shocked that I called him that on the Wisconsin Live Desk. But of course, he's our political reporter. Jason, thanks for joining us today on the Wisconsin Live Desk as you fix your seat to get us better headroom. It looks great.
Thank you so much.
Get some information live in the moment. Jason, you continue to cover the gubernatorial race here in Wisconsin. It was already a crowded field. Now we've got one new name to talk about.
Yeah, it's a name that we knew from the get-go when Governor Evers announced he was not going to be running for re-election in 2026. We had Mary Stoker Smith, our anchor, had texted with Mandela Barnes, the former lieutenant governor and former failed Senate candidate for Wisconsin. She texted him and he said that he was definitely considering running for governor. Here we are months later. Mandela Barnes is the latest name. He is running. He's running to be the next governor of battleground Wisconsin.
Okay, Jason, so tell me a little bit more about Mandela Barnes, his stances, kind of why he thinks he would make the best next governor.
So he was lieutenant governor of Wisconsin for 4 years under Governor Evers. And in Wisconsin, the lieutenant governors and the governor candidates run on their own during the primary process. So it's sort of like, I guess you can call it a forced or an arranged marriage. For each of the tickets, the Republican and Democratic tickets are sort of arranged marriages, as I'd like to call it, because they run independently in the primary process, and then they're put together for the general election on the same ticket. So the August primary is when Democratic voters picked Tony Evers to be their candidate for governor against Republican candidate Scott Walker, and at the same time in the August primary they picked Mandela Barnes to be their lieutenant governor. So that was 2018. They both won that. They won as the primaries, and they were merged together into this arranged marriage, so to speak, in 2018. They won against the Republicans, and he served 4 years as lieutenant governor of Wisconsin. And then in 2022, he decided to not run for re-election with Governor Evers, but he decided to run for United States Senate. He faced off against Republican Senator Ron Johnson, and it was a close race, but he did lose that race to be the next senator of Wisconsin.
Okay, so I want to just quickly talk a little bit more about that, Senate race, because you mentioned he lost, I believe it was by a 1% margin. It was a very close election. So I'm curious, if you're a voter and you're now turning your attention to this gubernatorial race, does that name recognition help Mandela Barnes? Certainly a lot of people saw him on the ballot. They know him from being the lieutenant governor. Or does the fact that he lost to Ron Johnson hurt him in this race? What are your thoughts there?
I think you say, talking to political and analysts, that there's sort of a catch-22 here, right? There is that name recognition because he has been on the statewide ballot several times now, twice, both as lieutenant governor and then as a U.S. Senate candidate. So his name was on that national stage because the battleground Wisconsin, again, that election in 2022 was one of the closely watched national races, the Senate race where he faced off against Johnson, because the control of the Senate really hung on some of these battleground states, including Wisconsin. So there was a ton of money pumped into that, tens of millions of dollars into that Senate race. There was ads on both sides, Republicans and Democrats really facing off on the ad wars, and tons of campaign events in 2022. So yeah, there is that name recognition there, but at the same time, is it possible that because he did lose in 2022 that some people are going to say it's time for somebody else to run? You had your chance, you lost, now give it to somebody else. Or hey, it was so close, and yet so I think there's, talking to Mordecai Lee, UWM professor emeritus today, he wasn't exactly sure, whether or not that name recognition was going to be one of the assets for Barnes, but at the same time, the fact that he lost is one of those cons, one of those negative points against him. So he said he was really looking forward to the next couple polls when Marquette finally puts Mandela Barnes on the polls when they survey voters in Wisconsin to find out what they actually think of Mandela Barnes now. Because the last Marquette poll, since he wasn't a declared candidate, they did not ask voters in Wisconsin when they were ranking the different candidates on the Democratic and Republican tickets, or Republican side of the aisle. They did not include Mandela Barnes in that. But there was a platform poll. They're a communications firm in Wisconsin, and they did do a bipartisan poll of Wisconsin. I'm not sure exactly the timeline anymore, but that early poll of Wisconsin voters did find that the Democratic primary field, if Mandela Barnes was part of that he did rise to the top of that particular poll at that particular time. So yeah, that name recognition does help. All those ads for and against him in 2022 potentially at least reminds voters of who he is, but at the same time, are the Democratic primary voters going to say, hey, you had your chance and you failed, you're done? There was the Milwaukee Courier, a newspaper in Milwaukee, that had urged Mandela Barnes not to run. So there was some pressure on the Democratic side potentially for him not to run in this primary. There's a long list of competitors if you look at that, and every single time we've asked those competitors, will you pledge to stay in this race? And so there you see him right there on your screen. You've got Mandela Barnes, the former lieutenant governor of Wisconsin. You see David Crowley, the Milwaukee County executive. Francesca Hong, who is a state representative representing the Madison area, also was a former business owner and worked in the restaurant industry. Missy Hughes, who led under Governor Evers up until very recently. She resigned from this post, but she was in charge of the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation. So one of the responsibilities she had was to help bring in new business to Wisconsin. You saw these investments of data centers, and you saw investments with big corporations like Microsoft coming to the state of Wisconsin. So those relationships were partially Missy Hughes in those relationships to help bring those. That's at least what she's going to say on the campaign trail. So that's Missy Hughes. Then you've got Sarah Rodriguez, who is the current lieutenant governor of Wisconsin, running for Governor Evers' spot as he's not running for re-election. And then Kelda Royce, state senator, also from the Madison area. So you see a lot of diversity here. You've got people. What I mean by that is you got people from Milwaukee, David Crowley, Mandela Barnes, both of Milwaukee, and then also Sarah Rodriguez from this area of southeastern Wisconsin. You have two people from Madison. You have Francesca Hong and Kelda Royce there from Madison, Missy Hughes. So, from the Evers administration. So you do have a lot of different viewpoints here, and it really is going to be a really interesting race on the Democratic primary. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that 8?
7.
7. You did have an 8th, Ryan Sternad. He is a beer vendor at AmFam Field, and he recently stepped out of that race and endorsed David Crowley, the Milwaukee County executive. So you did have 8. Now it's back to 7. So again, it'll be the primaries August of 2026. So a long way to go. But what we asked all of the candidates when we did our one-on-one interviews with them is, do you pledge to stay in this race until the primary in August of 2026? And the reason why that's a crucial question is when you look back at 2022, when Mandela Barnes won the Democratic primary, there were several other statewide candidates that were vying for the Democratic nomination for U.S. Senate. And they backed out right as early voting was started. They kind of backed out. You had people like Alex Lazary from the Milwaukee Bucks organization. You had others as well. And they backed out, clearing the field for Mandela Barnes to win that nomination.
Jason, also just for perspective here, because you're talking about how big the Senate race was back in 2022, even past Wisconsin, that was one of the races I kept track of and covered in South Carolina because our viewers cared about it because exactly that balance of power in Congress. So I'll certainly be curious to see the name recognition and how that plays in for Mandela. We focus pretty heavily on the Democrat candidates. Can you walk me through the Republican candidates? Because I know we do have two running there as well.
Two Republican candidates. You've got, oh, here they are on the screen.
We're ready for you today, Jason.
You're quicker than I was able to even say their names, so thank you for that, Haley. So you see Congressman Tom Tiffany. He represents up north. He is conservative Republican lawmaker. He was in the state legislature for years, then went on to Congress replacing Sean Duffy, who is now our transportation secretary, but actually was in Congress for that district, had resigned. He had some, he was expecting a child with difficulties, and so at that point he said, I'm gonna step aside. This is Sean Duffy, stepped aside from Congress, resigned from Congress. Tom Tiffany is the replacement there, representing a very strong Republican area of the state of Wisconsin. So the question for Republicans is, you got Tom Tiffany here, and then you also have Josh Schoeman. He's the Washington County executive right now. Those are the two right now who are committed, who are in this race now on the Republican side. The question is, will there be a third or fourth potential name on the Republican side entering this race? Right now, the Republicans, as you saw there on the screen, there are just two Republicans running in this race.
Okay, so curious here, you talked about the polling, how we couldn't necessarily have Mandela Barnes actually in the polls because he hadn't announced yet that he was running, but it said if he was running and he was leading there. When do we expect to get the next poll now that he is a candidate to see if it does live up to what was kind of predicted?
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't in the Marquette poll. Marquette did not include his name when they did the polls in the last go-around in the last month or so. But Platform Communications, they did include Mandela Barnes when he was still not a professed candidate, and he rose to the top of Platform's bipartisan poll. So I'm not exactly sure when we'll get the next poll, but it will be really crucial to see how he does stack up. That question of name recognition versus the fact that he did lose. Those are the battles that Democratic voters are going to be wrestling with. You know, there's been the New York mayoral race, as we saw, was really a battle for the soul of the Democratic Party. And we're seeing some of those major themes play out in the Democratic primary for governor here in Wisconsin. You do have a Democratic socialist there. If you pull up the list there, Francesca Hong is more to the left here. And so you're going to see that battle for, you know, both how much to criticize the current president, Republican President Donald Trump, how much, you know, what kind of language you want to use to describe President Trump moving forward. For the Democrats, those are the battles that you're going to see ahead. But when we look at what's at stake here, for everybody listening at home right now, you're saying, okay, I've still got 11 months until this election takes place in the fall, in November of 2026. What is on the line? So many different, really competing visions for the future of Wisconsin. So if you think of all of the most controversial issues out there, just name any issues, you know, whether it's abortion or guns and school funding, whatever the issues are that have been hotly debated in Wisconsin and nationally, those issues are going to play out in this governor's race, and you're going to be targeted because you have the say. You will decide in November who wins, Republicans or Democrats, and also on the line is going to be the legislature, because right now Republicans have the majority in both the Senate and the state assembly, and so those competing visions on so many different issues are going to be at play when you elect not only the governor but your state senator and also your state representative.
And then I know I ask you this, I feel like every single time we get a new candidate, but I'm just curious if you think it changes anything. Governor Evers has not endorsed any candidates, unless I've missed an announcement. But I am curious if Mandela Barnes entering the field, which I'm also going to throw up that graphic again here, do you think we'll get a Governor Evers endorsement? Because as you pointed out, it's not like they were running mates. They ran independent races to get lieutenant governor and governor. So I'm just curious, do you think he'll back any of these candidates now or no?
When we talked with him about this particular issue, if he was going to be endorsing, he said he was not going, he didn't plan to endorse. He said if there was some exceptional case where he really believed that there was a candidate that he thought would be the best candidate for the state, he said at that point in time, if he thought that endorsement would help that particular candidate, then he said he would endorse. But normally, and what he says at the end of the day is he wasn't planning to endorse, too early to endorse. But again, at the end of the day, if there's somebody out there that he really thought was going to be the best governor, and it was an exceptional case, and he thought that his endorsement would help tip the scales, then he said he would potentially endorse in the future.
All right, so there is a lot to kind of keep our eyes on when it comes to this race. Jason, when can we catch your full story today on Fox Local?
I will be on at 4 and 5. We'll have reports looking at the race, looking again at why this really matters to everybody listening. The stakes are immensely high for the future direction of Wisconsin, and you're going to decide in about 11 months.
All right, well, we will keep our eye out for your story later today on Fox Local. Thanks so much for joining us, Jason.
Thanks, Haley.
That is the latest on the gubernatorial race here in Wisconsin. Again, we have 7 Democrats in the running. That is with the addition of Mandela Barnes. That news broke at 5 a.m. earlier today, as well as 2 Republicans who have their names in the race. So 11 months out from that election, Fox Local, Fox 6, the Wisconsin Live Desk will be with you every step of the way and continue to provide updates. I do want to get us back to D.C. Obviously, we were hearing President Trump, who is providing some answers to media after his cabinet meeting, letting media kind of ask him questions. So let's listen in here again and see what more we can learn.
To save 25 to 30,000 people, mostly men, mostly soldiers, every month. 25,000 to 30,000 soldiers. It's impossible. That's half a stadium. Take a big football stadium. Take half of those people in a stadium, and they're wiped out. They're killed every month. It's crazy. That war is crazy. That would have never happened with me, and it didn't happen for 4 years.
And you just mentioned potential land strikes. Can you elaborate anything on that? Are you talking
I'll elaborate. If they come in through a certain country or any country, or if we think they're building mills for whether it's fentanyl or cocaine. I hear Colombia, the country of Colombia, is making cocaine. They have cocaine manufacturing plants, okay? And then they sell us their cocaine. We appreciate that very much. But yeah, anybody that's doing that and selling it into our country is subject to attack.
So not necessarily just Venezuela?
No, not just Venezuela, no. Venezuela's been very bad. Venezuela's been really bad in something else, probably worse than most, but a lot of other people do it too. They would send murderers into our country. They would empty their jails into our country. They sent people into our country that we don't want. They sent their drug dealers and their drug people into our country. They sent people from their mental institutions into our country, and we're getting them out. That was bad. That was real bad. And they also sent drugs. Yeah.
On Tim Walz, Mr. President, do you think he should resign over the fraud scandal in his state?
And who should?
Tim Walz, over the fraud scandal in his state.
Look, I think the man's a grossly incompetent man. I thought that from the day I watched J.D. destroy him in the debate. I was saying, who was more incompetent, that man or my man? I had a man and he had a man. They were both incompetent, and I had a man and a woman. I thought she was very incompetent too, but now she's leading the field, and I think she's leading the field for the nomination. Anyway, look, that's up to them. That's up to the Democrats. You know, the problem with them is they have really bad policy. And I'm not going to say what it is because I don't want them to change it necessarily. Because I want to run against it, whether it's not going to be me, it's going to be somebody that's going to probably sitting at this table. Could be a couple of people sitting at this table. Could be a couple of people running together sitting at this table, you know, but I want them to win because we've done a great job for this country, and I want that to be carried forward. And you know, I think we have a tremendous bench, really a tremendous bench. But no, I think that Waltz is a grossly incompetent man. There's something wrong with him. Okay, there's something wrong with him. And when you look at what he's done with Somalia, which is barely a country, you know, they have no anything. They just run around killing each other. There's no structure. And when I see somebody like Ilhan Omar, who I don't know at all, but I always watch her for years. I've watched her complain about our Constitution, how she's being treated badly. Our Constitution, the United States of America, is a bad place. Hates everybody, hates Jewish people, hates everybody. And I think she's an incompetent person. She's a real terrible person. But when I watch what is happening in Minnesota, the land of 1,000 lakes, or however many lakes they have, they got a lot of lakes, but this beautiful place, and I see these people ripping it off, and now I'm understanding, and you're going to look at that, Scott, I hear they ripped off Somalians, ripped off that state for billions of dollars, billions, every year, billions of dollars, and they contribute nothing. The welfare is like 88%. They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you, okay? Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. I don't want them in our country. Their country's no good for a reason. Their country stinks, and we don't want them in our country. I could say that about other countries, too. I can say it about other countries, too. We don't want them to hell. We have to rebuild our country. You know, our country's at a tipping point. We could go bad. We're at a tipping point. I don't know if people mind me saying that, but I'm saying it. We could go one way or the other, and we're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country. Ilhan Omar is garbage. She's garbage. Her friends are garbage. These aren't people that work. These aren't people that say, let's go, come on, let's make this place great. These are people that do nothing but complain. They complain. And from where they came from, they got nothing. You know, they came from paradise, and they said, this isn't paradise. But when they come from hell, and they complain, and do nothing but bitch, we don't want them in our country. Let them go back to where they came from and fix it. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody.
All right, if you're just joining us, that looks like the end of the cabinet meeting President Trump was holding, as well as taking some question and answers there, getting a little passionate, talking about foreign affairs, as well as some of the kind of drug cartels, which we've seen some kind of shooting down of some of those boats, which has caused quite some headlines. So, of course, we'll keep our eye on D.C., especially because President Trump was slated originally to make some sort of an announcement at 1. Obviously, that is delayed since the cabinet meeting ran long. But Delaney and I have our eyes on the feed. We will absolutely bring that to you here on Wild, which is what we like to call the Wisconsin Live Desk, as soon as that begins. I do want to remind you of some pretty big news here in Milwaukee today, in case you have forgotten, because I know we've mentioned it a lot, because it's not every day you have an A-lister, I don't know, serving up custard. So just a reminder, Hugh Jackman will be in Milwaukee today, and you have the chance to meet him. He will be at the Kopp's Frozen Custard in Greenfield, because the first 500 in line will get a free scoop of Song Sung Blueberry Custard. That is a special flavor inspired by his new movie that comes out later this month with Kate Hudson, Song Sung Blue. It is all about kind of a Milwaukee pair who were in this Neil Diamond tribute band. So because it centers around a Milwaukee couple, Hugh Jackman's coming to Milwaukee first to serve up this custard. Then they do have a movie premiere later tonight, which our very own Gino has told me that they are rolling out not the red carpet, but the blue carpet for him. Very fitting. You have to go to Greenfield to meet Hugh Jackman, but all Cops locations are serving up that special flavor, which we've heard around people think is going to be delicious, just based off the description online. As a reminder, you cannot line up to meet Hugh Jackman at that Cops Frozen Custard in Greenfield until 1:30. So if you're watching and you think you've missed your chance, you haven't. He will start serving at 2:30, or at least they'll let you in at 2:30. But you can't line up till 1:30. Our very own Christina Van Zelst is there right now, and she is telling us that they are being strict on that kind of starting time to line up. But she'll be joining us later on in the Wisconsin Live Desk. I think she'll have the chance to chat with both Mary and Kim about the excitement that I'm sure so many people have with the chance to meet Hugh Jackman. I was saying on Real Milwaukee today, because I got to fill in and co-host there, this is the ultimate Two Truths and a Lie. Like, from now on, anybody who gets the chance to be served custard by Hugh Jackman, put this in there. Like, oh yeah, Hugh Jackman once served me custard. Two truths and a lie, right, Delaney? This is genius.
That's perfect for Two Truths and a Lie.
Because people aren't going to think it's real. It's so random.
It is.
Or you could also say, Hugh Jackman once served me dinner, and now it's a lie, but it sounds really random. Then you go, well, yeah, it's a lie because it was custard.
True.
I love a good two truths and a lie.
Really throw people off with that one.
You got to be sneaky. The way we try to be sneaky with our Question of the Day, True or False segment, which I think it's time for Question of the Day.
Let's do it.
It is National Bartender Day. So my question is, what is your favorite drink to have a bartender make you? Because I am not the best cocktail mixologist.
No, I'm not either. I like an Aperol Spritz
Yes.
or some type of mule.
Okay, you know what? I think I can verify that because we've gotten drinks, and I think you ordered both of those that night, so totally real. I like a good espresso martini. I also feel like that's complicated enough where there's no way I would make it at home.
I was going to say, it always tastes better when somebody else makes it.
Yeah, because you have to get, like, you want the top layer of that, like, froth on it, which requires, I think, a lot of arm muscle shaking it, and I'm not going to do that.
No, I'm the same way.
Yeah. I once had a bartender come on my newscast to teach me how to make an espresso martini for National Espresso Martini Day. And I was like, whoa, that's such an arm workout. Like, is your arm ever sore? And he's like, no, I do it every day. But
oh, that's impressive.
I'm not cut out for that.
No, I'm not cut out for it.
Should we do true or false now?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's pull up the question. True or false? Ancient Romans would put a piece of toast in their glass for good health. That is so weird. Well, it could be good health. I mean, a piece of toast is going to help, one, absorb some of the alcohol. Like, you're getting carbs as you're drinking, so that's smart. But two, I wonder if that's where, like, toast, like, we're going to toast our drinks comes from. So let's say true.
It is true, and that is where, like, let's toast our drinks comes
Shut
from.
up. That is so interesting.
Right?
Do you know any of the reasoning behind putting a piece of toast in your glass?
Good health, and I think it also helped with the taste. Like the bitterness.
This is so fascinating. See, now you learn something new every single day when you watch the Wisconsin Live Desk, because now the next time you go, should we raise a glass and toast? You can go, do you know why you say that? I do.
Exactly.
Yeah. Love that. I love that. Hey, how are you feeling about this weekend? Because we have plans Saturday morning, and I'm getting a little nervous.
I'm excited, but nervous about the cold.
Yeah. Do you have your accessory with you for our hint?
Oh, I do.
Delaney, what are we about to talk about?
The Santa Rampage.
The Santa Cycle Rampage, because Delaney and I are doing it. Trisha, who you sometimes get to see back there with Delaney's doing it. Carrie, who's with us sometimes on the Wisconsin Live Desk, is doing it. Kale, who sets up all this equipment, and his wife are doing it. We've gotten a little FOX6 team together. Carrie, Kale, his wife are all going to be Santas, but what are we going to be?
We're going to be reindeer.
We got to be reindeer. We have matching reindeer onesies, which we're a little bit nervous about because, one, they're not the most flattering, and we're going to put layers underneath it, so I'm going to have to figure that out, and I'm worried I'm going to be freezing.
It's going to be really cold, I think.
Right. We'll figure it out, and I figured we could ask the experts their advice on how to maybe make our costumes as warm as possible.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, we should probably talk Santa Cycle Rampage as soon as we get back from this break, right?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Can you toss us?
We'll be back after this short break.
Thanks, Delaney.
This is the Wisconsin Live Desk.
Hey guys, welcome back into the Wisconsin Live Desk. It is Haley for you on this Tuesday afternoon. Time check for you, it is 1:16, which means I only have about 15 minutes left with you. And then Mary Stoker-Smith taking over. She will handle hour 2 here at the Wisconsin Live Desk. Kim Murphy will join you for the final hour of the Wisconsin Live Desk today from 2:30 to 3:30. Then I'll be back for you at 12:30 tomorrow. Want to take a quick look outside here at Mitchell International Airport where it looks really snowy, but thankfully the runways are nice and clear. No snowfall today. I believe we are expecting some more snow tomorrow, though, and we're expecting some frigid temperatures later on this week as well. Right now, though, about 20 degrees. I believe with the wind chill, it was feeling closer to about 10, 11 degrees. So just make sure and bundle up if you are heading out the door. Gonna want that hat, gonna want your gloves, your scarf, your heavy-duty winter coat. It's definitely time for that. I usually am a fan of a good puffer vest. Not going to cut it anymore, at least this week. So I've officially pulled out my heavy-duty winter coat. We are taking a live look there at an American Airlines flight that is taxiing. I'm not sure if it's taxiing to its gate or from its gate, but it's always fun when we're able to kind of catch a live takeoff here at Mitchell International Airport. Coming up in a few minutes, I'm hoping we're able to talk kind of Santa Cycle Rampage. I'll be joined by one of their executives, their leaders, who can give us all of the information that we need, because Delaney and I are going. We have our gear. We got our mail-in packet just a couple of days ago, which was exciting because it made it real. And I think it's going to be a good time, Delaney. Right? You excited, Delaney?
I'm excited.
Yeah, we're just a little bit nervous. One, haven't ridden my bike in a minute, and 2, it's going to be cold, but I think it'll be so much fun that it's actually not even going to matter at all. So let's talk Santa Cycle. We're joined right now with Jake Newborn. Thanks so much for being here on the Wisconsin Live Desk.
Yes, hello.
I know we're
Can you see and hear me?
I can see and hear you.
Okay, I can't you, but we're going to go forward.
We're going to go for it. Sounds like a plan. For starters, can you just remind us what exactly this Santa Cycle Rampage is?
Yeah, it's the world's largest holiday-themed costume bike ride for charity. We expect 2,000 riders, all decked out in holiday gear, to be hitting the streets on bicycles.
It's such a fun idea. I'm going to actually pull up some video that we have of past years where you can see all of those riders on their bikes in their Santa costumes. I'm curious if there's somebody watching, maybe like me, who hasn't ridden their bike in a while and is nervous about 13 miles. What would you say to them?
So 13 miles at a slow pace is not that all terrible. I think you can do it. I have faith in you. But if that's feeling like too much because of the weather, temperature, you can really hop on or off the ride at wherever you feel comfortable. There's stops along the way.
Okay, we love to hear that. Also, you mentioned, the weather there. So I do want to just ask you again, potentially there's snowfall on Saturday. This is snow. You're still going to do the race, right?
The ride goes on, snow, sleet, or rain, a lot like the post office. We do have, because of the big storm, we're monitoring. We'll be checking the route to see if we make any slight adjustments to the route to make it safe, but we're planning to move forward.
All right, and I like that safety is your priority there, making sure that everybody can do the race and make it home just fine. You're already in your Santa costume. I know Delaney, my producer, and we're going as reindeer. We are Wonderful. A little nervous because it's going to be just a little smidge cold. So I was curious, since you've done the race before, any tips on how to be warm? Anything we should add to our costume to make sure that we won't be too cold while riding?
Yeah, some nice wool long underwear. It's a great base layer. Those costumes are warmer than you maybe think, especially once you're moving around. Maybe some hot hands, gloves, face mask, goggles even are all possible. Just layers, too, because if you want to take something off, you're getting too hot, that might be something you want to consider.
Yeah, absolutely. And the other good thing about doing this race is not only are you going to have fun, and do I think it's going to look hilarious with all these costumes out there, but it's also a good way to give back. Tell us a little bit more about where our registration fee goes.
Yeah, so we at the Wisconsin Bike Fed are a nonprofit organization, and all the registration fees go to support our youth programs, family programs, getting kids out on bikes, giving away helmets, taking them on rides. So very good things that you're supporting here and all across Milwaukee and the rest of Wisconsin.
Yeah, I know it's too late now to get a mail-in packet because the race is days away, but Delaney and I did mail-in, so we got our medals a few days ago, which I'm going to show mine off here live in studio. But what are some of the other kind of cool things you get when you do this race?
Yeah, you get some coupons and some of our participating locations, and also just showing that medal will get you discounts at any of those places as well, so make sure to flash that. And again, just you're benefiting us as an organization and get that feel good, nice list, top of the nice list.
Yes, absolutely there. I know people are still making their weekend plans, so if they haven't signed up yet, there is still time. How can they do that?
You can come day of until 9 a.m. We'll be there taking day of registrations, or you can come to our pre-party on Friday night from 3 to 6:30 at the Whale and Sprocket, and you can register there as well in person.
All right. And what is your favorite part about the Santa Cycle Rampage that makes it a can't-miss activity this weekend?
The scene and the sea of red and people riding, smiling, enjoying it. I just really love that it's become part of people's tradition and their family. They're doing it every year, and they're coming back and they're telling us how much they love it. So people telling me that brings a big smile and grows my heart 3 sizes.
Absolutely. I love that. All right, Jake, thanks so much for joining us here on the Wisconsin Live Desk, and we will see you on Saturday.
See you Saturday, folks.
Looking forward to it. Of course, if you are doing the Santa Cycle Rampage, Fox 6 is going to be out there. We'll actually be live for our Wake Up morning newscast that day. I'll be handling the 8 a.m. live shot. So say hi to myself or Delaney or any of the other Fox 6 crew that we've kind of assembled to do this ride, which I think is going to be a good time. Delaney, I'm going to send you a link, though. I'm going to get us some, I think we should get like the pink kind of headband ear muff type situation so we're warm.
We definitely need some type of hat or something.
Yeah, well, it has to go under a helmet because safety first.
Yeah, safety
we have to
first.
Wear a helmet.
But definitely still need to stay warm.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Looking forward to that. Also looking forward to this week a pretty big football game. I don't know if you heard, but it's time for the rivalry. Green Bay Packers taking on the Chicago Bears. And you can catch the game, where else? Right here on Fox 6. Here's your lineup for Sunday. So you've got 10 a.m. Fox NFL kickoff. Then you've got 11 a.m. Fox NFL Sunday. Noon, you can catch the Commanders at Vikings. I love this. We have like all of the NFC North games, minus the Detroit Lions, because that's the noon game there. And then 3:25, you got kickoff for Green Bay versus the Chicago Bears. Of course, catch a special edition of Fox 6 News after the game. And then at 10:30, we'll have Fox 6 Sports Blitz. I'm sure at some point this week, we'll be able to chat with Tim Van Voren here on the Wisconsin Live Desk, get his opinion on this game. Starting to get nervous. I know I mentioned it a little bit on the Wisconsin Live Desk, but I am from Chicago. And I gave you guys my NBA loyalty. I am now a Bucks fan, but I have kept my football and my baseball loyalties. I am a Cubs and a Bear fan. And it's been really fun because right now we're leading the division. We're actually leading the NFC right now, so that's feeling great. We're the #1 seed. But I'm worried. I'm worried that we're not going to win this game, so we'll have to see what happens. I guess either way, it's a win. It's either a win for all of you guys here in Wisconsin, and I love Wisconsin, second home, or it's a win for me with the Bears taking home that victory. And Delaney, I really need a win, okay? Because, yeah, I have really bad news.
Fantasy update?
I have a fantasy update. I won like 4 or 5 weeks in a row. I really did not win this week. I don't know what to tell you. Some key players were just not it for me. You know, Emmanuel Wilson was really big for me last week. This week he got me a singular point. My defense got me a singular point. These were crucial moments for me where people just, they did not help out.
No. Hopefully this coming week is better.
Yeah, I lost by 45 points. That's really bad. I was going to see what else went wrong here. Oh, I am happy. You know, when we talked to Tim Van Voren, I asked him which quarterback I should play because I currently have 3, which is way too many. But to explain, I had Joe Burrow as my number one, and my backup was Caleb Williams, the Bears. Joe Burrow got hurt, right, for many, many weeks, so he went on my injured reserve list. And then eventually, off the waivers, I got Brock Purdy because he had been hurt for the 49ers. And I was like, well, Caleb Williams really hit or miss. Let me get him. So I have 3. He told me to do my man Joe Burrow, who did get the most points out of all those quarterbacks. That was the way to go. But, oh, my kicker. My kicker got me 2 points. Her kicker got her 14. So, yeah, that was not great. We lost fantasy, but I've got good news. I have already clinched my playoff spot in the fantasy league.
Oh, that's good.
4 people have also already been eliminated, so I'm not doing too bad.
No, you're not doing too bad.
Yeah.
Rough week, but I think you'll come back.
But we will come back. We'll come back bigger and better. And I'm just going to tell Tim Van Voren when we talk to him on Wisconsin Live Desk that his quarterback pick was the right one. We're not going to mention that I lost.
That's
fair.
That's fair.
And I'm still first in my picks league. So in the grand scheme of life, we're doing just fine.
Yeah, you're still doing well.
Yeah, we are. Hey, we're still monitoring things on the feeds. No President Trump up just yet. We did have a picture for a couple minutes of the White House, so I'm curious if one of those will pop up again soon. Again, we are waiting on a potential announcement from the president. It was slated for 1. We saw his cabinet meeting, though, run long. So I would imagine that's probably closer to 2. So perhaps Mary Stoker Smith will bring that to you, or Kim Murphy, depending on time. Something that we have been monitoring here, though, that I want to take us out to. This is happening right now in the Twin Cities. We are hearing from kind of the Minneapolis mayor, as well as some other people addressing the reports about the Trump administration targeting Somali immigrants in the Twin Cities. Obviously, that is very close to us. So let's go ahead and listen in here and see what we can learn. And perhaps Mary Stoker Smith will be here in just a few minutes to take over.
We in St. Paul celebrate our large Somali community. We celebrate the contributions that our community has made in every aspect, whether that's education, whether that's public service, whether that's public safety, whether that's our economics and local jobs. We celebrate that. Our community would not be the same without it. And so we continue to stand with the members of our Somali community. We continue to stand across municipal boundaries and across communities to say that the Twin Cities is not a place that tolerates or embraces hate. To say that the hateful and damaging rhetoric that we're hearing from Washington, D.C. right now is reprehensible. And it is not something that represents who our community is or who our country can be. And we call on ourselves. I call on myself in the face of hatred, in the face of division, in the face of what seems to be a strategy centered around intentional chaos, to lead with listening, to lead with compassion, to engage with humanity, and to ensure that we are every single day modeling the type of behavior, the type of approach, and the type of humanity that we sure wish our federal our federal representatives in Washington, D.C. would follow suit. We have the capacity as a local community to be that loving, incredible place. That's who we are. That's what we are. And that's certainly something that we don't need federal agents coming and disturbing. Thank you all for being here. And with that, I think I'm turning it over to Councilmember Ross. Oh, I'm sorry, to Councilmember Ross.
Thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Jamal Osman. I am the council member of Ward 6, someone who represents the largest East African community in Minneapolis. I am proud to say I'm a Somali American. This country welcomed me and my family 26 years ago. It has provided me a life that I did not have in Somalia. We came here and we are thankful to be here. I've been educated here, got the opportunity to serve my community, to be a council member. I know many families are fearful tonight. They are. But I want you to know that City of Minneapolis stand behind you as the leaders, both mayors and the chief and everyone that stand behind you are here to stand with you. Our community has lived through fear in the past. And we're not going to let us divide that. We're going to stay informed, we're going to stay safe, and we're going to support each other.
All right, we are going to continue to listen to this press conference coming out of the Twin Cities. Mary Stoker Smith, though, is in the wings, so she will be taking over. She'll get you all the way to 2:30. And stay tuned, because in just a couple minutes here, we're actually talking to the BBB, because it is Giving Tuesday. So she'll have kind of the safety tips of how to make sure you're giving, but doing it safely. We don't want any scammers to get your money. We want those good causes, too. But for now, we'll go back to Minneapolis, continue listening here, and Mary's got you after this.
Islamophobic. And we are going to fight that. America has a history of fighting and stopping those kind of individuals who continue to divide people and divide communities. Many Somalis that live in this community are working at your groceries, working at your hospitals, delivering your babies. They're doctors. They are very successful individuals. Now I would like to switch into Somali to speak to my community. Assalamu alaikum. Walaalayaal, waxaan la hadlayaa community-ga magaalada Minneapolis. Anigoo ah Jamaal Cusmaan. Waxaan inii sheegayaa City Minneapolis garabkiina ay taagan tahay. Community-geena target ayaa lagu yahay. Qolyahan dalka soo galaya oo la sheegay hadda in 100 qof ka badan lagu soo wado. Waa inaan ka fijignaanaa, waa inaan la hadashaa lawyerkaaga, waa inaan ogaataa rightskaaga, United States rights ayaa ku leedahay, waa inaanan division aanan la ku suubinin. Xaquuq baa u leedahay, due process baa jira dalkan aan joogno, marka taxadara. City Minneapolisna waa in la taaganta, garabkeena la taaganta. Thank you so much. I would like to welcome the Chief O'Hare.
Good afternoon. My name is Brian O'Hara, B-R-I-A-N, O''H-A-R-A. I am the Minneapolis Police Chief. I know the recent reports that are circulating among the media are concerning. I just want to be clear. We are not confirming anything that has been in any of these reports, and we don't have any official information ourselves. What we are aware of is what has been happening in our community. And our involvement, the mayor's leadership on that, council members and other elected officials in the city did not start today. That's been going on. The fear that the community has been experiencing, immigrant communities have been experiencing in this city is real. I have been meeting with pastors, imams, business owners, that are having a real impact in our city. People are afraid to go to church. They're afraid to go to worship. They're not spending money at a lot of our immigrant businesses in the city. And from a public safety perspective, the fear of people to cause the police is something that to call the police in a time of need is something that harms everyone. We don't need that. If people are able to prey on certain people in our community, to victimize them, to rob them, because they think those folks are less likely to call the police, that makes everyone in the city less safe. It does absolutely nothing for public safety. So I just need to be clear, as our mayor has stated, the Minneapolis Police Department does not work with federal law enforcement for the purpose of conducting immigration enforcement. We don't provide information to federal immigration authorities. We don't ask people about their immigration status. Our mission is clear: to protect life, to uphold the law, and to maintain safety for all people in our communities. Over the last 24 hours, I have addressed every roll call in this city, from last night into this morning. Not because of these news reports, but because I have been concerned. Both over the weekend, we've been getting reports, increased reports of immigration-related activity from members in our community. We can't verify that, but we know people in the community are heightened, and we also know that there have been incidents more recently, 2 very recently in St. Paul, around immigration enforcement. So our objective is straightforward as a police department. I want to try and minimize our officers' exposure to any of that type of enforcement activity and only respond when there is a legitimate public safety issue that we are responsible to our community to provide. And that means when there are threats of violence, when there is actual violence, or when there's property destruction. In moments like this, I know the tensions are high. I know how real the fear is in our community. People are going to want to speak out, to protest, and to exercise their First Amendment rights. Those are the rights of everyone in our community. And I want to be clear that we will absolutely defend people's rights to do just that. I also ask that if demonstrations do happen.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Mary Stoker Smith here. Happy Monday after Thanksgiving. I hope you had a great holiday. I took it over from Haley there just a little bit ago. You were listening to a press conference coming out of Minneapolis about protecting Somali citizens in Minneapolis, a large population there. We're going to keep our eye on that feed, of course, and continue to bring you updates on that coming up later on our newscast at 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. In the meantime, yeah, we're bundled up. It's a little chilly here in southeastern Wisconsin, as you well know. The turkey is gone. Hopefully you got a little stuffing left and a little mashed potatoes to keep you warm, but we also have you something else for you to keep warm, and that is giving back, because we are joined by a very special guest, a girl who I personally think is delightful and wonderful, and nobody I'd rather spend a Monday after work with, after a holiday with, than Lisa from the Better Business Bureau. It is so good to see you. Hello, my friend. I want to make sure that we can hear you loud and clear. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Good, good. Did you have a happy Thanksgiving?
I did. It was very nice.
Yeah, so nice of you to join us. And now, you know, everything is in full swing. And I know a lot of people went Black Friday shopping and, you know, throughout the weekend. And now that we are really closing in on Christmas, of course, a lot of people are looking at ways to give back. Tomorrow is Giving Tuesday, and that's the reason that you're here. And it's just a perfect time, of course, to do things for your community. I know a lot of organizations, churches, for example, will have things that they're doing where you feel like, okay, this is my community, I'm safe. But Lisa, we are being inundated with all kinds of organizations in the mail, in our email, text messages. And the reason that you're here is to kind of sort out the good, the bad, and hate to say it, the ugly, because this is the time that the scammers come out. You wouldn't think it would be this time where everybody's giving and trying to do charitable acts, but unfortunately we do have people who prey on us during this time.
Mary, first of all, it's so good to be here and back at you. It's always good to be with you. You're right. This is the designated day for giving to charities. You know, Wisconsinites and Americans in general are so generous. They want to give to the charities that, you know, tug at their heartstrings the most, and that is fantastic. But like you said, we have to be very, very careful. We have to know who we're giving to. We want to make sure that our hard-earned money gets into the right hands of the proper charity.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was off yesterday because I worked Thanksgiving. My apologies. It is Tuesday. I knew that, Giving Tuesday. Of course, it's a day that I know I try to, you know, support local businesses, and you know, so many of us want to do that. So give us some guidelines, give us some tips before we even start thinking about, you know, maybe opening an email or opening a text message. I mean, do we have to even be careful about what we walk into, so to speak?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I mean, you know, there's phishing emails out there. So you want to be careful on what you open, what you click on, you know, what information is asked of you and what information you provide. You know, I think you want to really start with, first of all, you know, who do you want to give to? You know, what charities tug at your heartstrings the most? Get the charity's exact name, because there's so many charities out there, so many in existence. Mistaken identity of a charity is a very common problem. You know, to give you an example, there are thousands of charities that have the word cancer in their names, for example, but are not connected with one another. So you have to, you know, first of all, get the charity's name. And then I would say, you know, do a check on that. You can check with the Better Business Bureau. We have a charity arm, Give But Give Wisely, a special website dedicated to that. And that is give.org, give.org. You can also check with Charity Navigator. I kind of bounce between the two of them. If one doesn't have information, I check with the other. If neither has information on the charity that I'm thinking about giving to, then I sometimes reconsider, you know, who I'm giving to. There might be a reason that there is no information. If the Better Business Bureau is able to collect information from that charity, which hopefully we are, we'll put all the information nicely into a little pie chart for you so that it's easy to read and easy to understand. You know exactly where the money is going, how much is going to the charity for which it was, created, how much money is going to, postage and handling, how much is going to salaries. It's really a neat little tool. Well, I'll go into the second tip, and that is going to be resist the pressure to give on the spot. You know, whether it's from a telemarketer, somebody calling you on the phone wanting a donation, or getting something in the mail, like you said, you're inundated. I am too. I'm sure everyone that's listening is. This is, the big time for charity appeals. Anywhere between October through the end of the year is when charities are trying to get those donations in. So resist the pressure to give on the spot. Remember that a legitimate charity will never demand payment or demand unusual payment methods, which brings me to always use a credit card or a check as a payment method. And make sure that you write up that check, if you do so, directly to the organization and not to an individual's name.
I always wonder when we're doing the credit cards, however, and they ask for your number, you've got to fill a form out. I always try to look for those little things, say on a website that says secure or whatever. Are there any red flags that we're putting our credit card a lot of times into the computer to pay, to give back? What would be some, I guess, legitimate signs, and what could be some red flags that before you put your number in, this might not be 100% legit?
Yes. Well, first of all, you want to make sure that you're on a secure site to begin with, and look for that S, HTTPS in the URL. That S stands for secure. Also, you can look for a little lock.
Yes.
That will also indicate that you are on a secure site.
Yep.
There should be information on any legitimate website, whether it be a charity or whether it be a website that, you may be shopping on, that has terms and conditions and information that you can read about. As far as the charity or the organization or the business in general, letting you know what they do with your information, guaranteeing you that they will secure your information and not sell it. So look for something like that on the website as well. And if you don't find anything, you can certainly pick up the phone and call that charity directly and ask any questions at any point. Now, I would say don't call the phone number necessarily on that website.
Mm-hmm.
You may want to do a Google search and, check with that charity directly.
Yeah,
or check, with the information on give.org or Charity Navigator would have valid information as well.
I certainly don't want to clog up your websites and your communication. You guys got a lot going on, but I always wonder if we find something, though, that we don't know is, or we think is not legit. Say, for example, you've got an elderly parent who's, emotionally they want to give back and they may not be as savvy, particularly when it comes to technology. And maybe they've given or they're getting ready to, but there was a red flag. How do we go ahead and let everybody know, hey, this is not legit? This could be even a fraudulent thing. Do they report it to you? Do they call the police? What's the procedure?
Yes, they can absolutely report it to the Better Business Bureau. We have a very handy tool that consumers can report to very quickly and easily. They can also check to see what other scams or fraud that people have reported as well. It's BBB Scam Tracker. They can go right to bbb.org/scam tracker and put in a report. We see those on a daily basis. We act upon them. So if there is anything that somebody finds is, fishy going on out there, we do receive reports from time to time from consumers letting us know of somebody going door to door, collecting money, stating that the money is going, to a specific cause. So we do see that from time to time. We definitely invite consumers to report, and they can absolutely report to their local police department as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's funny, just in the time that we've been talking, I got something from Lyft about, you know, it's basically it's a triple the impact, 3 times your impact. You know, they keep coming in fast and furious from sites, you know, not to call out Lyft. I love Lyft. I use Lyft, but there's so much information coming to us. So Lisa Schilling, always great to see you, no matter what. And you guys are so thorough. You are fastidious in your commitment to making sure that every organization is safe, people are safe and represented. We really can't say enough about how much you do for the community. And you say something to an organization or a company, I'm going to let the BBB know about this, and everybody stands up a little straighter. So we appreciate your efforts.
Thank you so much, Mary.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Thank you, and have a great Giving Tuesday. We'll see you again here on Fox Local. Appreciate it. Thanks, Lisa.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, that was great. Good tips, because again, you know, I'm getting pop-ups. I know you guys are getting pop-ups all over the place. We have a jam-packed hour together, you guys. We're not even going to be able to talk like we usually do. So we're going to take a quick break, because when I come back, we want to talk, I don't want to give it all away. Let's just say we're going to put things on ice in a good way. Keep it right here on Fox Local. We're going to take a quick break and come right back.
Wisconsin Live Desk.
Welcome back to the Wisconsin Live Desk, everybody. Mary Stoker-Smith coming at you on this Giving Tuesday. Can you believe I thought it was Monday? Yeah, got a case of the Monday on Tuesday, but it's great. Can you believe we are in December 2nd, and here we are. Holiday season is in full swing, and a lot of you want to get out and about, do something fun. Kids are going to be out of school. We got to keep them occupied, and for that, we are going to put things on ice, but a good ice for that matter. So we are joined right now by the president of the Milwaukee Admirals. It is so good to see you. I know that you are a friend of the Fox local desk, but John Greenberg, really happy to have you with us on this Tuesday. Did you have a nice Thanksgiving?
I did. It was great, with the exception of the snow, which was lovely to look at, but less lovely to shovel.
Yeah, I know. For some reason, I was in La Crosse, and we didn't get it half as bad as you guys did. You'd think the western part of the state, but you guys really got dumped over there, over here rather.
Yeah, hopefully that maybe that's it for the winter. We'll see.
That's what I said. A little bit more on Christmas, and yeah, we want to keep that theme going. Speaking of theme, you guys have a lot of theme nights, and it can be hard because I'm looking at your schedule. There's a lot of games, but a lot of these theme nights look really, really enticing. Tell us a little bit about that, and for people who've never maybe been to an Admirals game, what is a theme night?
Sure. Well, we believe here that with our 36 home games during the regular season, that we have 36 different nights of entertainment. We don't want you to come here and see the same show 2 times. And so whether that's a giveaway item or a post-game concert or a theme night just to have some fun with, we want every night to be a different night of fun around Admirals hockey. And so this month, with December now upon us, we only have 4 home games this month, and the first one is tomorrow. And it's our office Halloween. It's our office Christmas party. We already did Halloween, but our office Christmas party, holiday party. Santa's going to be here. We've got a lot of companies who have chosen to come be part of the night for their office holiday party, and that's just kind of a fun thing. But always good to have Santa in the house. Generally good vibes coming out of that, and we got that, and then. Later in the month, right after Christmas, it's our annual night of princesses. So we bring in lots of famous princesses from people's childhoods, and they're here. And it's amazing the families that come, and their little ones get all dressed up and are part of that. So that's coming up on December 30th, and we just announced today. During the Olympics, because we've got Winter Olympics during hockey season, that we've got a special ticket package which you can get a Roscoe American bobblehead, so Team USA bobblehead of our mascot Roscoe, and we just rolled that out today. And we've got Hockey Fights Cancer coming up, which is obviously near and dear to my heart. I went through my own journey this year, and so that's coming up on January the 13th. So just you go to our website, and there's something listed for every single game for the rest of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just looking at some of the schedules, and so you said you went through something. Was that a health issue, or if you don't mind, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I was diagnosed back in March with prostate cancer, and I've been public about it because it all came from having a physical, and I just am encouraging people to get those physicals done, and you find the things out early that you can deal with. Hopefully you find out that you're just fine, good for another 10,000 miles till your next one. But sometimes you find things out that you need to get taken care of, which was certainly what happened in my case. And so I had wonderful care here with the people at Advocate Aurora, and they've helped me get through this journey over the course of this year, and happy to report cancer free at this point. So we're going to keep going through everything that needs to go through to make sure that stays that way. But it was certainly a different kind of 2025 for me.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. And thank you for being so public about that. Encouraging people. Early detection is truly the key, and thrilled to hear that you have this under control. And again, thank you for being so public about that.
Absolutely. Well, I know you guys do wonderful work there, with breast cancer, and there's obviously so many different types of cancer that we all have dealt with in our lives with friends and family, and It's great what you guys do, and the more we can get people to early detection, the better.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, thank you. Again, I'm on the website. There's so many neat things. I love the T-shirt giveaways, and I love the fact that you've got performances. Pat McCurdy is performing, and later in December on the 27th. So many neat things to see.
Yeah, absolutely. Pat's been with us. I believe this is my 21st season here, and I believe that this is probably going to be Pat's 35th or 36th performance for us. It's kind of an annual tradition, sometimes twice a year, joining us. And so, yeah, that comes up. That's just a fun thing. He performs down in our Coors Light Chill Zone bar down in the lower level, and he's there before the game. He plays during the intermissions. He puts on a show after the game, and that's all part of your ticket price. So we have that, and then in addition, we've announced 4 of our post-game concerts. That's something we're absolutely known for here. They take place right after the game is over on the ice here at Historic Panther Arena, and Low Cash, big country band, coming on February 7th. The 90s popular Gin Blossoms will be with us on February 21st. The Dropkick Murphys, who have been with us for many times, will be with us on March 7th as we get into St. Patrick's Month.
Yeah.
And then to close it out, Josh Ross, who's a rapidly rising on the charts country star, on March the 28th. Plus my annual favorite night of the year with the Badger Band,
Yes.
UW Badger Band, here on March the 6th. So we'll have to see if Ted Perry wants to join us and get back into the Bucky costume for that one. So always a lot of fun there too.
I don't know if he's allowed between friends. And I love that. Well, and sometimes the bands, because the fans are rushing the field, we didn't get that famous 5th quarter. As a UW Badger fan, I would love to see them again. I love that you're doing stuff for the kids, like the Disney night and the fun things. And one thing that caught my eye was we need more cowbell. You're doing a cowbell. You're partnering with Potawatomi, right, to do the first, I think it's 5,000 fans get a free cowbell?
Yeah, it's the same night as Princess's Night, so it's going to be quite a noise situation in the building. But yes, the cowbell is such a tradition in our sport, and I really here in Milwaukee. If you go to other leagues or other cities in our league, you don't see that quite as much as you see it here. It is truly a Milwaukee thing, and to have 5,000 folks with a cowbell, in addition to our fans who have cowbells of all shapes and sizes and creations to make that type of noise, it's really quite the atmosphere here.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I love. I have to admit, I am not a hockey aficionado. It's always been hard for me to understand the game, and I'm married to a guy that played hockey. He's from Madison. I think he was like the Madison Flyers, maybe, if that's the right name. He played from the time he was like 4 years old and up, so he loves the game. And I'm always a little afraid because I think, well, I don't know. And he and others in the newsroom have said, you don't need to know hockey. It's not about that. It's about the spirit and the fun that this team brings to our city, right?
Oh, that's very kind of him to say that. And we believe that when people come out to an Admirals game, if it's for the first time or the second time or the 100th time, that it's about the entire entertainment experience from the minute that you get here to the minute that you leave. Our team, we've been very blessed to have really good hockey teams here over the years. We have another really good one again this year. And, they're going to put on a good show on the ice, and we're going to try and put on a good show with everything that we do around the ice. We always joke that hockey is the game with 2 halftimes because there's 2 intermissions. So there's just a lot of fun that we're able to kind of put with it. And we hope that, after you come for the first time, that you'll get hooked on it and you'll want to come back again. And you'll learn more as you watch, for sure. And our fans are happy to, if you have a question, don't be afraid to ask. Somebody sitting next to you will be able to give you a very helpful answer.
Yeah, I've only heard good things. It's just and Panther Arena. I mean, come on, what more do you need there?
It's a wonderful building to play hockey in, and we're so blessed to be here. This building has got such great energy when it's full, and our fans really help to bring that. Our players absolutely notice it, and they love being here when there's so much energy here.
Yeah, exactly. So much to look at. Well, we will see you at a game sometime this year or in 2026. We still got some time there. So, John Greenberg, thank you so much for joining us. Happy holidays. And again, thank you for being so open. We are delighted to hear that you have this under control, that you are cancer free. And again, thank you for really promoting advocacy and early detection. It's everything. Really appreciate your time.
Thanks, Mary. Blessed holidays to you and everybody that's watching.
Yeah, thank you. We'll talk again. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Well, there you have it. That was great, wasn't it? We got to get to a game. That is definitely on my bucket list. Everybody's like, you got to go for the fun. It'd be a really good time, especially if I can get a cowbell. Who doesn't want a cowbell? I need a cowbell. We need more cowbell. We need more Fox Local. Yeah, we're going to take a quick break and come right back because we put things on ice, and now we're going to sweeten things up. And I'm talking really sweet. I'll give you a hint. It may be one of the sweetest treats in Milwaukee, and something that the Milwaukee area, particularly Wisconsin, is privy to, unlike other places in the country. It's sweet. That's your hint. Ponder that, think about that, and don't go away. Much more Fox Local to come. We'll be right back.
This is the Wisconsin Live Desk.
Welcome back to the Wisconsin Live Desk, everybody. Mary Stoker-Smith, so excited for you to be here on this jam-packed Giving Tuesday. We have so much going on. We have heard about Giving Tuesday from the BBB. We have heard from the Admirals where we put things on ice. And now we're going to keep that, let's say, kind of a frozen cold theme going because it is December in Wisconsin. But this is a sweet deal. I teased you before we went to break and I said, we have something sweet awaiting for us. It's let's just say it's a double sweet day today because we are talking custard and we are talking Christina Van Zels. Nobody sweeter. Hi, my friend. How are you?
Hi, Mary. I'm also standing next to our very own Gino right now. This is a big day here. I know, Mary said,
It's a triple. It's a triple sweet deal.
It is. It is. No, this is fun having Gino in the field with us because we don't always get his presence, especially today. So we're at Cops in Greenfield. Gino, this is a big moment for Milwaukee, but also for a movie coming out. Catch viewers up to speed on why we're here.
It is so nice because it's a Milwaukee story. It's about Lightning and Thunder. They were a husband and wife who performed around the area. And sadly, we lost Lightning some years ago. But it tells their story, and who better to tell their story than Kate Hudson and Hugh Jackman? You don't get better than that. And now, the reason we're here, Hugh Jackman's going to be behind that counter shortly, giving out custard to the first 500 people. There are at least, I'd say, 1,500, maybe more.
It's crazy. We'll take you out there in a second, but they have started lining up. I want to say people got here at 11, and the police were saying, come back at 1:30. Well, it is wrapped around the building. Yes. I know you have a personal connection with Lightning and Thunder.
Yes, I hired them to play my birthday party, and I will tell you that there was a writer there from the New York Times, and he got so into it that when he got back to New York, his foot was hurting him, and he went to the doctor. The doctor said, did you have some kind of trauma? And he realized that at their show, when they were singing Sweet Caroline, he was stamping his feet going, bump, 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 so hard that he actually broke his foot.
Yeah, that's kind of iconic.
Yes. And, you know, I've got some of that video that I put on YouTube, and people are to see how they would get a crowd so into what they were doing. It was really great.
I know this isn't the last we'll see you today. You're going to be over at the Oriental Theater. Where can people catch you? What's your plan for the rest of the night?
The plan is I'm going to be doing the blue carpet, yes, because it's Song Sung Blue. And then I will be introducing Hugh Jackman, the director, and Claire Sardina, who this movie is about, on stage. We'll talk a little bit before the movie, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Gino, we'll be back.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us on Wild. Mary, we're going to take you around really quickly just to show you the line before Hugh Jackman arrives.
Okay.
We hear he's getting here at 2:30.
Okay.
So this is the line. You see everybody has these beanies that say Song Sung Blue on them. It looks like these people are the first in line. Oh, and we're being told we might want to film something. Okay, let's hear what he's got to say.
Interesting.
Are you guys ready? I literally cannot hear you. Are you guys ready? Awesome. So, I think we are going to get started like in 1 minute. Absolutely. And I really want you guys to give a shout out to let people know how awesome Milwaukee is, okay? I want all of you guys to scream for me, Milwaukee loves you. Okay, you guys feel that? Okay, be really loud. Like, this is your moment. You're going national, baby. Okay? Ready? I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, and then we're gonna go Milwaukee loves you. Ready, guys? Yeah. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Milwaukee loves you. All right.
What a moment. That just gave me goosebumps. And Mary, this line literally goes around the building. We want to make sure we are in place for when Hugh Jackman gets here. So we will be, everybody's waving. The energy is just vibrant out here. We have so many fans, but we want to make sure we get back in place so that we have a good position for when he arrives and starts serving the flavor of the day today. So I know you're going to check back in with us around 2:40 or so. We'll be here, and hopefully Mr. Jackman will be here as well.
Absolutely. I have to ask you, though, about this flavor of the day because I'm looking at it. It's a blueberry custard twirled with cream cheese custard. Oh, that sounds delicious.
I know, and I have to be honest, I haven't tried it yet. That is on my list of things to do while we are here, but I have seen some people walk out with it. It looks delicious, and they're actually going to be serving that flavor of the day at all of the COPS locations, so you don't have to come to the one in Greenfield.
good to know.
If you're watching and that sounds good, they'll have it all day today at all the other locations.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. What a fun assignment that you got today. And then you get to meet Hugh Jackman, who I think he's singing in this movie. I was going to ask Gino, but just the fact that you get to watch Hugh Jackman serve ice cream, I mean, Christmas came early.
I know, and I feel like everybody's crowding around the counter. I'm trying to see if I can spot him in the back. It's hard to tell.
He's the really good-looking one. Wow, what fun! What a great celebration! And like you said, just to showcase Milwaukee, to showcase something so unique to our area, custard, and to have this big celebrity with this big movie debut. This is awesome. So, yeah, this is great.
I know, it's so much fun. And Mary, I'm peeking around the corner. Okay, no, can't see him.
Yeah.
Oh, no, here he comes.
Here he comes. Oh, we got to stay with this.
There he
is.
We
got to stay
Can
with
you see
this.
him?
There he is.
There he is.
Oh, he's got his apron on. He's ready to get to work.
He better be, because the first 500 people in line get that free scoop.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Hello, hello.
There he is. He's got
Mary, I'm just going to let this play out. I don't want to ruin the audio by talking over it. So we will stay on Hugh, and you can stay on us as long as you want.
Oh, as long as Hugh's on the screen, we ain't going nowhere. This is fantastic.
I don't know if you can tell, Mary, but it just got very quiet.
Yeah,
like people got nervous.
Everybody's a little starstruck there. And you know, Christina, this is really neat for, obviously he's here to promote this film, but to come out and be tangible to the people in our community, and especially to do this. Well, it sounds like he wants to say something.
How much it means to people in Milwaukee.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Serving up some custard. I don't think I'd be able to concentrate on the
Mary,
actual. On the actual flavor.
I already talked to Chad about it. Okay.
All right.
I'm going to stay silent so we can just capture these moments.
311, 311.
Christina, it looks like he's getting a lesson in the art of serving up custard.
That is what that is what it looks like. He's going to be doing a lot of scooping, so this is the warm-up. That's pretty good. I don't know, Mary, what do you think?
That's a pretty big scoop. That's pretty good.
All right, the first scoop has been handed out.
Well, Christina, while we're kind of establishing our shot again, people are going to be coming in to get that scoop. At some point, they kind of got to break that line there, right? I would think. I don't know if there's a plan to have just people kind of get it and get out, or.
I would think so. Sorry, trying to hear his reaction to the flavor. Oh. I don't know if you just heard that, Mary, but he just said it's the first time he's ever had custard in his life, in his Australian accent.
Oh. It's the Australian accent that gets you, isn't it?
And Gino, we're still on Wild right now.
Right.
He's also joined by the director and writer of the movie.
Yes.
What's his name?
That's a great question.
Oh, I have it right here. The director and the writer is Craig Brewer.
Yes,
Craig Brewer.
Craig Brewer.
Of course.
Yes.
Thank you, Mary.
Hey, Christina, while we're watching this, can you ask Gino, is Jack singing in this movie? Song Sung Blue?
Say that one more time.
Will Hugh Jackman be actually singing in this movie? Because I know he's kind of multifaceted
Yes,
like that.
I think he is actually singing in this movie.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
He is, as is Kate.
Yep, he is. And Kate Hudson is also singing in her role as well.
Oh, nice.
So Mary, now you can see those first couple people in line are getting their custard from Hugh Jackman.
Mm-hmm.
And the first 500 people that lined up get a free custard, but also a chance to meet him. So pretty cool here.
And it looks like he's taking some pictures too, which is really, what a treat for everybody to be able to get a picture with him.
Oh, yeah.
Giving him the custard. I mean, custard's...
And then actually chatting a little bit. So people are getting a chance to, chat for a couple of seconds, and there you see a picture.
Yeah. Well, some people may be changing their Christmas card this year. I think I got a better shot of somebody. Right.
Yeah, we might be here for a while if he is taking a picture with every single person in line.
Yeah, I'd say those lines. Yeah, you're moving kind of slow, but that's really neat. Well, Christina, we know that you'll be back in the next hour after 2:30 for more coverage of this really momentous occasion. Hugh Jackman serving up that custard there in Greenfield. And by the way, experiencing custard for the first time in his life. That's pretty cool. Apparently they don't have that down under. So that's nice to know that he's in our area.
Yes, I know. I was kind of surprised to hear that. But yep, check back in with us. I'm sure at the rate this is going, he will probably still be here.
It's nice. He looks really happy to be here and just serving up the custard and just taking pictures and having a little conversation with people here in Greenfield. Nice. Nice. Okay. I wonder what she's saying. I wonder what she's saying to him. I don't know.
Oh, I want to know what that whisper was as well.
I know. That was a little flirtatious whisper. We're not mad at her. Well, Christina, thank you. We're going to check back in with you and Gino during our next hour of Wild. If ever I wanted to stay and be part of this, it's now. Kim Murphy's going to be taking over. I may just have to join her. But thank you for this treat, this special treat today. And again, you don't have to go to the Greenfield location that you have there. The flavor of the day is going to be Song Sung Blueberry at these COPS locations all over the area. So you can go get a scoop of this, what sounds like a delicious, delicious flavor, blueberry custard twirled with cream cheese. And lots of little blueberry pastry pieces. And then as a bonus, you get a little crumble. You get a little crumble strudel topping there. So looks delicious. Well, this has really been fantastic. We are going to let them reposition the camera. And again, don't go away because Hugh Jackman's not going away. We're going to check back into the Greenfield and see how all that custard is going, getting served there. And we also want to see if we can get the skinny on who said that? What did that girl say? Who was that? And what was the conversation? What a fun day, though. Again, Gina will be telling us all about the movie premiere. It is Song Sung Blue, and Song Sung Blueberry is the flavor of the day, but that's why he was in town here. Mr. Jackman, I should say, here in southeastern Wisconsin, promoting this film that is coming out tonight. Is premiere night at the Oriental, and our own Gino Salomone, of course, will be there. If nobody else covers movies like Gino, so we're in for a treat. And as well, the writer and director of the film, Craig Brewer, will also be on hand. So we'll be getting some insight on the film. That sounds wonderful. Here coming up on our local newscast later today. For right now, we are going to take a quick break, regroup. After all that custard and Hugh Jackman, I mean, you know, woo, a little warm in here on this cold day. We'll take a quick break and be right back. Keep it here on Fox Local.
Desk.
Welcome back to the Wisconsin Live Desk. It's been so much fun this hour, hasn't it? We've had a jam-packed day, Giving Tuesday, the Milwaukee Admirals, and of course, ending things with a different kind of ice, that sweet custard. Christina Van Zels is going to be back with more on Hugh Jackman in Greenfield at the Cops Custard Shop. They're serving up that delicious flavor of the day. Oh, that blueberry concoction as he promotes his movie here in southeastern Wisconsin, Song Sung Blue. So Song Sung Blueberry is on the minds of so many. There are huge lines out there, but Mr. Jackman has been so gracious to take pictures with people, take selfies. It's really a lot of fun here. Kim Murphy, the lovely Kim Murphy, has just entered our Fox local little area here to join our fun. She's going to be taking over for me. And while we switch out here, we're going to listen to President Donald Trump. He's been talking this morning. I want to make sure that this shot is okay, about Trump accounts and a big donation, $6 billion to Trump accounts. He's speaking right now. We're going to take that shot, and I will leave you for the day. Kim Murphy's on deck. Honor and a pleasure to be with you on this great Giving Tuesday. Have a great day, and we'll see you again Thursday. I will here on Fox Local, but we'll still be on until then. In the meantime, we'll see you tonight at 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. Keep it right here on Fox Local. Much more to come.
In order to convert them to an IRA at that time. During the 18 years, parents or employers can donate with a tax deduction up to $5,000 into each account, and then philanthropists, like Michael and Susan, can add an unlimited amount to the accounts. So $5,000 from employees or families, and then gifts from foundations and philanthropists can be an unlimited amount.
Mr. President, you said that you have been talking to your wealthy friends, as well as you, Mr. Dell, about contributing. Can you walk us through maybe who you've been talking to and how much more we can expect on top of
I think the people you probably would think I would be talking to. There's a group of people out there that have been very successful, and we've already started talking to them. You know, we're doing ballrooms, we're doing arcs, we have a thing that's being planned that's going to be a great tribute to the country, as you know. You probably heard about it. The arc that we're looking at by the bridge near Arlington, there's going to be something. We're doing some other things for Washington itself and for the country itself. But a lot of the people that have, gone in and done a real job with that. The ballroom, I think Michael and Susan, the next time we meet, well, I think hopefully we'll meet before then, but we're going to have a big event over at the ballroom to celebrate this. We're building a ballroom that they've wanted at this beautiful White House for 150 years. They've wanted it so badly. Right now we can hold 109 people if you're lucky in a room. It's a beautiful room, but it's 109 people, and we're building something. You see the trucks in the back. You see the clanging, the banging, and when it's completed, it'll be one of the greatest ballrooms anywhere in the world. It's going to be amazing. So people that were involved in that process, I have a lot of friends with a lot of success, and every one of them, I would be shocked if anyone turns us down. We're going to have a lot of big contributors, Jeff.
On a separate topic, if I may, sir, you had a call with Brazil's President Lula today. Can you tell us what you discussed?
Yeah, we had a great talk. We talked about trade. We talked about sanctions, because, as you know, I sanctioned them, having to do with certain things that took place. But we had a very good talk. I like him. Very good. We had some good meetings, as you know, but we had a very good talk today. Yes, I did.
You also pardoned the former president of Honduras, and he was released from prison
I
yesterday.
did. Well, he was the president, and they had some drugs being sold in their country, and because he was the president, they went after him. That was a Biden horrible witch hunt, which was, a lot of people in Honduras asked me to do that, and I did it. I feel very good about it. If you have some drug dealers in your country and you're the president, you don't necessarily put the president in jail for 45 years. That was a Biden-inspired witch hunt.
Did his letter impact your decision on that, sir, from Mr. Stone?
Thank you so much, Mr. President. Your decisions, recent decisions to Syria, renew many hopes for the Syrian people. And now the minorities in Syria, like Kurds, Christians, and Jews, they once U.S. helped them to have some sort of autonomy and their rights being protected in Syria.
We're going to give them help, and I think Syria's come a long way. the new leader of Syria was here, as you know, 3 weeks ago, and he was really into making that country, bringing the country around. Not an easy job, not an easy job. It's centuries of problems, but I think he's going to do a good job. I mean, I have a lot of confidence in him. Yeah, please.
Mr. President.
In the broader context of the economy with these childhood investments, we just saw the biggest Black Friday in history, up 4.1% from last year, $26 billion. Hasn't told me about that. We also saw that they're going to spend $1 trillion on Christmas this year, $1 trillion. Increasing 4.1%. 25 states, gas is below $3, a handful below $2.50 and getting better. Energy policy matters.
I like this guy.
And timing matters.
Who are you with?
Real American Voice.
That's what I heard. That's what
but
I like you very much. Keep talking.
So if you invest in these children now, the economy, the better the economy is, the better.
Good afternoon and welcome to the final hour of the Wisconsin Live Desk on this Tuesday. It's Giving Tuesday. We're listening to the president speak on a number of items on the agenda today, including the Trump accounts, a very sizable donation made by private donors. And we're going to tell you a little bit more about what the Trump accounts are and whether or not you are someone who would benefit. But we're going to reset here on the Wisconsin Live Desk. And when we come back, we're going to take you to a trial that is happening today, the Brian Walsh trial. It involves a man who's accused of killing his wife. This is day 2. And we are talking about the searches. He's accused of dismembering his wife's body and the DNA cleanup that allegedly happened afterwards. So you're watching the Wisconsin Live Desk. We'll be back right after this. And over the break, the Brian Walsh trial just took a quick break. So instead of that, why don't I take you to Cops? Yes, this is happening right now. The fabulous, the incredible actor Hugh Jackman is in town to promote a new movie. It is going to be screened tonight at the Oriental. There's going to be a blue carpet. There's such hoopla around this. And before the festivities this evening, Hugh Jackman is serving up custard to fans at Cops. This is in Greenfield. It's a special flavor. Blueberry is the theme. We love him, don't we? I mean, we already did love him, but this is just incredible. I mean, the guy could have just come. He actually didn't even have to come to town. He could have just, done the usual Hollywood press junket and zoomed in, but he is here in Milwaukee to promote this movie, which is about a Milwaukee couple. Lightning and Thunder, they were entertainers in Milwaukee, a cover band of Neil Diamond, and it was just Patsy Cline favorites at Summerfest, church halls, you name it, they were there. And that is Hugh Jackman. And guys, that's no filter, that's no special lighting. That is just Hugh Jackman in the flesh. It's incredible. We're going to check in with Christina Van Zelst, who is in there, and to give us a feel of what exactly is going on. But I cannot imagine how bananas this is, that Hugh Jackman, this huge movie star of stage, of film, is in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and he's not only serving up ice cream, he's doing selfies with people. I mean, just having the time of his life. And we are so grateful that he chose to come here. This extraordinary actor, singer, producer, has had so many roles on stage and on screen. Of course, we know him from the X-Men franchise, Wolverine. Oh, but he's also the greatest showman on earth. I cannot imagine being in that Cops right now and getting a selfie and getting it on the first try. I am horrible. And of course, there's no room for that. You can't, you're like, wait, you got one chance. Get in there and get that shot. I'm not sure if that is a photographer with the Journal or who that is and where those photos will be available, but you better believe they're probably going to be posted somewhere where folks can see exactly how Hugh Jackman enjoyed Milwaukee when he came to promote the movie Songs Sung Blue. That screening is happening tonight at the Oriental. There's going to be a blue carpet. Our Ashley Sears is going to be there. We see Christina Van Zelst there. And so you're just getting a feel for exactly everything that is going on. I wish I could bump up some of the sound so you could hear. I don't know, Delaney, if it's possible to ask the photographer to give us some nats there. Okay, she's going to work on that. But yeah, an exciting day. So Lightning and Thunder, who are these people? So, oh, there we go. Pretty awesome. Lightning and Thunder, Mike and Claire Sardina, a Milwaukee couple. They perform Neil Diamond tributes. Their true story is now the subject of a movie, Song Sung Blue. We're going to get to Christina
Hey,
in
can you
just
hear me?
a minute. Sure can. We're going to do a mic check, Christina, and we'll be right back.
Wisconsin Live Desk.
And what a fun afternoon it is on the Wisconsin Live Desk. You are taking a live look at cops in Greenfield. If that's what you're doing, your eyes are not deceiving you. Yes, that is Hugh Jackman. He is in town to promote his new movie with Kate Hudson, Songs Sung Blue, and decided, hey, let's make a day of it. He's at Cops in Greenfield because when you come to Wisconsin, southeastern Wisconsin, of course, you've got to try the custard because that's what we're known for. Christina Van Zels has the lucky assignment today. Christina, what was it like? Tell me your day. Like, when did you get there? What was traffic like? Just go.
There is a lot to unpack here, but I got to bring the breaking news first. Kim, Hugh Jackman had never had custard before today. This was his first custard ever here at Cops in Milwaukee, so in Greenfield, which is just truly amazing. And the crowd is massive. People lined up. They were not allowed to start lining up until 1:30, but there were people showing up at 11 and I think did some laps. Gino, of course, is here too. Gino, you're a huge part of this Milwaukee event. What's your reaction? We've seen people leaving in tears.
Okay, yes. Just a woman who was overcome with emotion. Hugh reached around and hugged her. Who does that? And what A-lister also wipes down the counter of Cops? I've never seen a movie star do that. He just cleaned the counter because he wants to keep the experience good for everyone. Love that.
And I love how he's taking the time to take
really
photos with everybody.
People are getting a moment. You know, oftentimes if you go to a signing, they don't even look at you. Hugh is taking every second, getting a photo. They were autographing some things, but they've got to keep the line going, so I think they're discouraging that now.
You're like, he's got to be on time for the premiere at the Oriental with me.
And in fact, at 4 o'clock, people are allowed to line up outside the Oriental, fans who want to see him come in. And then he will enter the blue carpet because the movie is Songs Sung Blue.
And I hear you've got a pretty slick outfit yourself.
Oh, got to wear blue. Exactly right, yes.
So Gino, Christina, what's your takeaway just from seeing the amount of people? Oh, Kim, go ahead.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm just wondering because Gino has a really prime responsibility this evening. He is introducing Hugh Jackman and the director. How did Gino get involved? And can we thank Gino for Hugh Jackman being in Milwaukee?
All right, Gino, Kim has a question for you. Okay. First of all, how did you get involved with Hugh Jackman and just bringing this? We want to know, should we thank you for bringing this to Milwaukee?
No, I have nothing to do with this. I would love to take credit for it, but no. I've interviewed Hugh about 10 times, and when my niece was getting married, he did something for a video that we were showing at the wedding. It came 3 days before that I was putting it all together. I couldn't find his video. I contacted him from his movie set. He, with a selfie, with his phone, he shot a video and sent it. Who does that? Nobody. He's that kind.
You can tell his kindness too, just with the time he's taking with all the people here. There are hundreds of people lined up, and he just looks like he's having fun doing what he's doing.
Yes. And look at that, a smile for everybody. How great is that?
And Christina, it looks like the ice cream is free.
Oh, he didn't get to clean the counter that time. That's too bad. How many do you think he's gone through so far?
Not enough.
Yeah.
Maybe 50, 100? I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
Kim, you had a question there. What were you going to ask?
It looks like the ice cream is free. They literally are just handing out ice cream cones.
Yeah, so the first 500 people who were in line get a free flavor of the day, and it is the Song Sung Blueberry. So that is why they're speeding through, because the first 500 people, which I'm curious what number they're at. It seems to be going a little bit quicker now, but the line outside is still slow moving. Everybody also got really cute beanies to wear as they waited outside. Kim, you asked about the day. I know Gino's got to get out of here soon.
Well, you'll notice something else. See, that woman has a Song Sung Blue hat. Focus Features passed out a bunch of those hats, and it's so nice to see everybody. It looks like, see, here, another family wearing the hats. It's so cool. Love it.
Christina, before we go, can you grab one of the people who just got a selfie and let's just kind of get their reaction?
Yeah, Gino, we're going to try to grab a person who just got ice cream. So
yes, go for it.
It's hard to pick. Everybody looks so happy.
Yeah.
All right, Kim, we're going to try to grab a family here. Try to squeeze our way out.
Oh, yeah. Good luck.
All right, you guys just got your ice cream. Can we interview you really quick? What'd you think?
Good.
Good? What was your favorite part?
When we got inside.
What did you think about Hugh Jackman and just the opportunity to meet him there?
It's cool just actually getting to meet him in person for once. So, I don't know much else to say about it, but...
Did you say anything to him?
I just said hi and all that.
What's your thoughts on the ice cream?
Good. What do you
think?
Good. I love
it.
Amazing. Amazing. I got to try some myself. Oh, you got some on your nose. All right, well, enjoy your ice cream. Stay warm.
You too.
We just are going to try to get a couple more people. Any of you guys want to say anything? We can get out of the doorway a little bit.
Are they big fans?
Oh, nice. Okay, so are you guys big fans of Hugh Jackman? What brought you out? What time did you get here? Walk us through it.
Oh, we got here actually a little earlier. We had ground food. We were waiting inside, eating. Whatnot.
Shortly after 10.
Oh, wow. Okay. Are you warm?
No. We're going to get warm. I mean,
I can handle the cold better more than her. She likes the heat. I prefer colder. I can't handle the summers.
Very Wisconsin of you. What'd you think of Hugh Jackman?
Awesome. I never expected to meet any celebrities out here, in Wisconsin. Especially in Greenfield, it's not a place you expect someone to be. It's maybe more in Milwaukee or something. Yeah. But it's nice to get a chance to meet him and whatnot. It's a really great opportunity.
Well, thank you guys for stopping with us. I hope you enjoy your ice cream. Get warm. And coffee, yes. Thank you guys. Have fun. All right, Kim, I think it's leaving some people speechless.
I would be speechless myself. I saw some other crews out there. So is this the studio that's out there also? What else are you seeing?
Yeah, it is. I think it's Focus is this group here. I'll double check, but I think that is what they're doing. You see the big boom mic over them. So I think the coolest thing that we've seen is just the people who get so emotional, and I think we've counted 2 or 3 people who have literally walked out of here just bawling their eyes out for a chance to meet Hugh Jackman, and it just shows, I think it means a lot to people to have him take the time, take a photo, and just spend a couple seconds with each person that he's meeting in line.
It was
very
so nice.
cool.
It is so nice. I mean, oh my gosh, are those people still waiting to get in?
And look at this line.
Are you kidding me? Oh, wow.
It's
so
crazy.
When they're done.
It's actually still, it's kind of still wrapped around the building as well.
Oh, wow.
So,
okay.
These people are really braving the cold.
So let me talk to you, reporter. You cover so many different things, difficult things. I'm so glad that you got this opportunity to do something like this. This has got to be up there on your list of top stories, I would think.
Oh, I don't know how you top this. I really don't. No, this has been so much fun, especially just to see how genuine he seems, but also just what it's meaning to the people of Milwaukee is so cool, especially here at COPS. I mean, this is an iconic Milwaukee location, and to hear this is his first custard ever. And he said it, I told Mary this, he said it with an Australian accent. Of course, he's Australian.
Yes.
So it's just been a really cool experience to see the local impact, and Gino is actually getting some fans too.
I bet. Did you get, my last question before I let you go, did you get a cap?
Oh, I did. I have a hat. It's in our little cart there. Okay. Jared, the photojournalist, also got a hat. Kim, we've got an interview. If you can stick with us.
Yes.
Hello.
Hi there.
How are you feeling?
I'm doing great.
Tell me about that experience.
It was, this is delicious. Meeting him was also an excitement, a peak of my day.
What did you say to him? What was that interaction like?
He's a smiling guy. He looks like he's living the dream right now, serving out Milwaukee's best custard. And he, I told him thanks for coming to Milwaukee. It's just so great to have a legend stepping in and handing out legendary custard.
What does that mean to you? I take it you live in the Milwaukee area.
Yes, I live in the Milwaukee area. I've been reviewing COPS custard for the past 5 years. And COPS custards have been making great custard to honor legends such as Bob Uecker and the veterans. And now we have another custard coming out for Neil Diamond.
Can you review this one? I know you, looks like you just got it, but give us your review.
I love the pastry pieces, light and fluffy, as well as just a rich blueberry flavor throughout, not just spotted, but all over. Delicious.
Kim, is your mouth watering?
It
looks so good.
is.
Also, it's not melting, so it's kind of nice.
Perfect weather for custard.
What is your take on the fact that this is Hugh Jackman's first taste of custard ever?
Oh, ever?
He said that earlier, yeah.
Well, I think Cops Custard has served them their best custard, and I'm sure that he's falling more in love with Wisconsin and Milwaukee because of it.
Thank you so much. Can we get your name really quick?
James Kern.
Will you spell those?
James, J-E-M-E-S, Kern, K-E-A-R-N.
James, thank you so much. That looks delicious. I don't want to hold you back any longer from having your ice cream. Or your custard, I should say.
Christina, it
Kim,
is
how good
just
did
a
that look?
perfect
The way
day.
he described it.
I know. He's a reviewer, but the backdrop for you with the snow on the branches, on the evergreens, I mean, this is a postcard, if ever, and such, I mean, everything is just kind of falling into place.
We're kind of laughing about how many people's holiday cards might change now that they got a picture with Hugh Jackman, and how many Wisconsin Christmas cards or holiday cards are going to have him on it.
I would in a heartbeat. I'm going to give you a second to catch your breath. We're going to take a 2-minute break, and if you don't mind, we'll check back in with you in about 5 minutes.
Sure, well, you will be here.
All right, Christina Van Zelst. We'll be back right after that.
This is the Wisconsin Live Desk.
Exciting afternoon here on the Wisconsin Live Desk. And in Wisconsin, Hugh Jackman is in town. He's in Greenfield right now as we speak, handing out custard to excited fans who did their best to obey law enforcement and not line up before they were allowed to, but people just kind of did laps around cops to be there, to be in line so that they could get a chance to not only meet Hugh Jackman, but also get a serving of this special blueberry custard for his movie Song Sung Blue. It's about the tribute band Lightning and Thunder. He is in the starring role along with Kate Hudson. I mean, it's a game that we kind of all play sometimes. If someone were to star in my life story, who would be cast? Did the jackpot not, Mr. Sardina, you hit the jackpot. Hugh Jackman is playing you. That is amazing. I know that is just, he must be so honored that such a caliber actor is telling his story. And this is the movie is based on another piece that was done on the couple. They were staples in Wisconsin in the 90s. You couldn't go anywhere, especially Summerfest. They were going to be there. They were going to bring the house down. Their real names are Mike and Claire Sardina. They were on and off stage together for 14 years. And it just a love story. It's a love story. It's a love letter to Wisconsin, to Milwaukee. And wow, Hugh Jackman. And when you kind of, Lightning had some resemblance, I would say, to Neil Diamond. And then when you really look, yeah, I mean, Hugh Jackman is not that, I mean, I think he's taller than the real life Lightning, but there's some resemblance there. So, you know, not bad at all. Just amazing. So folks are there when they run out of custard. That's it. 500 scoops, cones they have available there. And folks, every single person who's gotten a cone has also gotten a picture. I've not seen one person not get a picture with Hugh Jackman. That's 500 photos, and he is still smiling. That is incredible. Christina Van Zelst, if you can hear me, if you can scoot back in, let's talk a little bit about this.
Hey, I hear you. I'm actually standing behind the camera right now because who wants to see me when you can see Hugh Jackman handing out custard at cops?
Is it crazy? I mean, he has smiled for every single cone that he's handed out.
Oh, I've been smiling since I've been here, and my cheeks hurt. I don't know if it's from being outside or just being, I mean, the energy in here is so fun. And actually, that's Craig Brewer next to him. He is the writer and director of this movie. Brewer, how fitting for our Brew City. But yeah, it's so much fun here, and the first 500 people that got in line get a free custard. I have no idea what number we're at right now, but the line is still pretty thick outside.
Oh my gosh, and I just saw his name badge, Hugh Jackman. It says Lightning. He's
Kim, I just saw that too.
Yeah, he's really...
Oh no, someone just dropped their whole cone.
Oh no.
The reality.
Oh, I know, life.
Oh no. Here it comes. Oh, a tragedy.
Oh gosh. If that's the only one out of 500 cones, that's not bad.
Oh yeah, we're doing pretty good. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. Oh, and she got a fresh one.
I am just
No,
amazed how, oh my gosh, and there's Carl Kopp behind Hugh Jackman. He,
yes.
Yeah, he's older in years now, so not much for standing, but oh, this has got to be so gratifying for him that his...
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
Well, and Kim Gino was saying, too, that most of the people behind the counter there are all cop family members. So
really?
Yeah, and obviously some publicists as well, but
still,
yeah,
it is so low-key. You know, you think there'd be security in front of the counter and, you know, really guarding where people stand or where they go. I mean, I guess there is some security, but not like that. I mean, they're just like, oh my God, that's Hugh Jackman.
I know there's a lot of police officers here as well, just making sure the crowd is obeying and not doing anything too crazy, but everything's been really smooth so far, and probably the craziest thing we've seen is people leaving in hysterics because they are just so excited to meet Hugh Jackman and have a chance to chat with him. I mean, you can see he's literally taking a photo with every single group that comes through.
Christina, you have a mission. You know that you have to get a photo of yourself with Hugh Jackman.
Don't you know, that's been my mission since we got here. I, of course, gotta let him do his thing.
Yeah.
But if anything, I'll do a little selfie because I don't. Oh, and we're laughing too. He keeps licking his fingers. He's got to like this.
Yeah.
This flavor.
He's just like, oh wow, and I don't know how they come up with these flavors. I am a Kopp's fanatic, so I have the flavor forecast, and I check it daily, and everything it really is a dessert. You know, I mean, custard doesn't do it justice. It's so much more than that, what they put into it and how they create the flavors. And this is a brand, they've never had this flavor before. This is all new for this movie.
Yep, all new for this movie, and it is going to be at all of the Cops locations today. So if you're not here right now, they'll have the Song Song Blueberry flavor available all day today. So any of the Cops locations, you can get it. That's another mission of mine. I got to get a picture, and I have to try the flavor. That is what we still have to check off our list today.
I don't know if this is a signal that they're coming to the end of the cones now that the officers are getting photos, but they may.
It might be. Is this my moment, Kim? Do I need to get in there?
I know. I'm just like, if you have to like suddenly break, I understand, because this moment, this opportunity probably isn't going to come again. Christina, yeah, go. Oh, yeah, go get your shot. Do it.
I'm wondering the most appropriate way to do so without being a total fangirl.
Right.
Did he get through all the cones? Is this wrapping up?
He is going to be wrapping up. That's
okay, got it. Okay, so yeah, Kim, it sounds like they're wrapping up now.
I felt it. I'm like when the officers got their cones. If I were there, I would kind of sneak over near the police officers and ask when they think the appropriate time is for you to get a picture. They may like help crowd control.
Okay. You guys got your picture. What's the best way to get one?
I don't know. He orchestrated that. He talked to the handlers in the back.
Hey, they
thanks,
got the inside
officers.
Scoop here. Literally the inside scoop.
Yes. They're like, we got ours.
Who's the photographer? He might be able to squeeze one in.
Oh yeah, tap the guy.
Because I know our photojournalist Jared wants one too.
Okay, I'm going to wrap really quickly to let you guys get to pictures, and as soon as mission is completed, come back to us, okay? So we're going to take a break and let you do that. Good luck. You're watching
Thank you.
the
All right,
Wisconsin Live Desk.
mission is in force.
Go.
Wisconsin Live Desk.
Can she do it? We're talking about Christina Van Zels. She is at Greenfield, at the Cops. 500 cones. The first 500 people who made it in line got the special blueberry custard in honor of Hugh Jackman being in town for the hometown premiere of his movie Song Sung Blue. So I kind of got the sense when a group of officers got cones and they got a picture with Mr. Jackman that they may be coming to the end of this event. So Christina and her photographer Jared are on a mission to get a photo. So if, you know, we get a little bumpy in our video, that's okay. We just want to stay with this image as long as we can, but we also want them to get the opportunity that only comes once in a lifetime to be this close to a movie star like Hugh Jackman. It is just amazing that he came to town for the premiere. It's going to happen tonight at the Oriental. Fox 6 is all over this. Our very own Gino Salomon will be on stage with Hugh Jackman and the director. He is your host for the evening. You also, if you got lucky enough to be invited to the premiere, you're going to see a lot of folks there, a lot of Fox 6ers. So that's going to be a fun time for you as well as our staff, my fellow Fox 6 co-workers. But before the premiere, there's a blue carpet that Mr. Jackman and the director are going to walk the blue carpet. We've got you covered. Our cameras will be staked out on the blue carpet, just bringing you every single minute of this Hollywood moment that is happening here in Wisconsin. Mr. Jackman is playing the title role of Lightning. This is a picture about Lightning and Thunder. They were a group wildly popular in Southeast Wisconsin in the 90s, a tribute band to Neil Diamond and Patsy Cline. The couple, real-life couple, the Sardinas, they performed together. They were a favorite at Summerfest, I'm telling you. Summer, they owned Summer. They were at every major event, festival, you name it,
Okay,
they
can
were
you hear
there.
me?
And so we are just delighted that, first of all, that this movie is being made about Milwaukeeans. That is so awesome. And to understand just the impact that this couple had, and just it's a love story, really. When it boils down to it, Kate Hudson also is in this movie, and who knows, before it's over and done with, maybe Kate Hudson will also make her way to Milwaukee. But you're just kind of taking a look at what is happening. If you had just an afternoon to do one thing where you could meet the most number of fans and it really represents Milwaukee, you gotta go for custard. You just have to. And so this was just really brilliant by the promoters to bring this out into the public to really generate some excitement about this movie. The couple themselves, the Sardinas, called themselves the Singing Sweethearts. They were married during a set break when they were performing in 1994 at State Fair. They had more than 1,000 friends and fans attend their short but sweet wedding that was held near the main stage. So when I tell you that this couple was Milwaukee and still very much is Milwaukee, a part of what makes Milwaukee special. And when you see Lightning become Neil Diamond, it is just amazing. And in the 90s, the mid-90s, I would imagine one of their highlights before this, because this has got to be pretty huge, not only is a Hollywood movie being made about you, but they do a casting call and they cast Hugh Jackman to play you. Wolverine. Now that is pretty amazing, if I do say so myself. But before this, in the 90s, Lightning and Thunder, they opened up for Pearl Jam. So that had, I mean, how does a tribute band get selected to perform Forever in Blue Jeans at the Marcus Amphitheater with Pearl Jam in 1995? That is amazing. That is amazing. So the story continues, Lightning and Thunder. The story is not over. It's coming to life in the upcoming film, Song Sung Blue. You know, and it's also getting some buzz for the Oscars about this. And part of the story, of course, is that Thunder, in a freak accident, this is what really ended their performing for the most part. Lost her foot in a freak accident. A car came plowing through their front yard and pinned her against her house. This was in 1999. She was just 37 at the time of the accident. She lost her foot, and that really forever changed Lightning and Thunder. But it is a love story that continued after the stage. You know, they were Mike and Claire Sardina, and that story we'll see it on the big screen with Hugh Jackman. So this has just been a wonderful afternoon. He has been serving ice cream for hours now, smiling the whole time. Each and every person who got an ice cream cone also got a picture. There's a photographer there taking the picture. In the background, we spotted Carl Kopp. He's got to be very, very just pleased. At both Kopp restaurants, there's a picture of Elsa Kopp, his mom. She is there in spirit, so much a part of what Kopp's is about. And Christina can hear me again. Christina, you say the line is still bananas.
Bananas indeed. We have not completed our mission yet, but that is okay because people are still getting their custard. We got a little excited.
Not only is it impressive that he is smiling photo after photo, but how these ice cream cones are not melting. Each one is delivered perfectly.
It honestly, I know it looks like it's out of a movie. This whole thing does, truthfully. I mean, if you see the line of employees here getting their ice cream ready for Hugh and Craig. That's Craig Brewer, the writer and director of the film.
Wow. And you spoke with some folks who were lucky enough to get a photo, get an ice cream, a custard cone, and they were saying they just never thought that something like this would happen in Greenfield.
No, never. Well, and I actually asked Gino that question. I said, when is the last time that we've had a celebrity to this caliber here in Milwaukee promoting a movie? And he said Cindy Crawford was the last actress that was here. So this is really a big deal for Milwaukee. Even someone we interviewed, you heard, say that this doesn't normally happen around here. So to have Milwaukee in the spotlight in this way is really cool and great for the city, and you can tell how much it means to the people that live here as well.
I cannot help I can't get the song Sweet Caroline out of my head. You know, you just want to start it like in the middle of Cops, get everyone a sing-along, which I would not be surprised if this evening at the showing, if at some point in the Q&A that there is a sing-along, because, I mean, that is a go-to song. Everyone knows that song. It's such a feel-good song, and how can you do Neil Diamond? How can you do Lightning and Thunder without doing a Neil Diamond song? And Sweet Caroline is like my favorite.
I did hear somebody start singing that when they got to the front of the line earlier. I'm surprised more people actually haven't done that now that you say it.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely in my head.
It could be a viral moment if everyone just kind of broke out in song there. And
can you imagine if Hugh started singing for all of us? Now that's, he just sneezed. Oh.
And still smiling.
Sorry, I'm giving you the play-by-play.
No,
I mean, how can you not?
I am here for it. He is, wow. I mean,
I would love if he would just break out in song.
I would. I mean, there's no studio lighting. There's no, makeup people. He's just, wow, a star.
Yeah, I know. He looks like he's meant to be here. I mean, he was even cleaning the counters earlier. And
I wonder if maybe in his experience, if there's like did he, when he was trying to break into acting, if he had some experience busting, tables.
Well, we know it wasn't serving custard because this is his first time trying it, so we can eliminate that.
And since we have been with you this afternoon in the third hour of Wild, we only saw one person dump their cone. That's also remarkable.
Oh, for sure. I think maybe that's where the cold weather is actually a good thing today.
Yes.
So it's not melting. There could have been more tragedies outside.
See, that's how you do it. Like those young men, they just walked up and like, boom. There you go, boom. Wow. I would be such epic fail. Because I'm like, wait, just hold on. What's my passcode? Where's my camera? I would be so unprepared.
Oh, yeah, no, I know. No, I know. That's how I feel planning my way to get a picture.
This is so cool. Are you going tonight to the premiere?
Well, so I know our Ashley Sears and Gino will be there. That is an invite-only event. But I talked to Gino, and he has seen the movie. He said it's fantastic. So I will be excited to see it when it comes out on Christmas Day this
Christmas
year.
Day? What?
How cool. It's a... Yeah.
A Christmas Day release. Oh, wow. Wait, people are actually ordering food?
Yeah, so the people... yes.
Seriously? Like, you're really ordering food right now?
I'm excited to see who
I know.
to this counter to get their food. There we go.
Wow.
But hey, you know you're here. Why not?
Why not?
Get the
Oh,
food too if you're
wow.
waiting
That
in
lady
line.
just. Okay, fail. You're not supposed to hold it by the ice cream part, but the cone, ma'am.
She got a massive clump there.
She did. Oh, look at. Oh.
Oh, look at how nice he is. Like,
So nice. And I'm like, while we're at it, can you just take a. Oh my gosh, he's probably talking to somebody who's on her phone.
oh, we might be live.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, there you go. I think it's a FaceTime.
Wow. So a lot of members of Carl Kopp's family working
She's
today?
leaving with ice cream in her hair, but the biggest smile.
I would, that's totally okay. 500 cones. I mean, that's pretty impressive. And service with a smile after
and I
each
don't even
one.
know who's counting, to be honest.
Wow. Is there an announcement?
Organization, it looks like.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if you heard that, Kim, but there's about 150 left to
Oh.
be served.
Okay, that's a lot.
Honestly, it's nothing compared to the we're doing 500. We're almost there.
We're almost there. Wow.
But it does sound like a lot, yes.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back right after this. We got about 150 cones left. You're watching the Wisconsin Live Desk. All right, it has been an exciting afternoon, and the magic, it just is going to continue into the evening. Hugh Jackman is in town with the director of the movie Song Sung Blue. It hits the box office on Christmas Day. It is the story of Milwaukee's very own Lightning and Thunder, the tribute, the couple that performed together for 14 years, more than 14 years, doing Neil Diamond and Patsy Cline. Electric on stage and in real life. They actually got married at the Wisconsin State Fair, an intimate audience of 1,000 fans and friends in the 90s. They were just so much a part of the entertainment scene on southeastern Wisconsin, and so it is just such a thrill that not only has Hollywood taken notice of their story, but to have the caliber of talent bringing these people sharing their story. You got Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson. I mean, talk about if you could choose who would be cast to, present your life, that's A-list, That is amazing. And so it'll just be so exciting. So please stay with Fox 6, both here on the Wisconsin Live Desk and, of course, on Fox 6 News 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. We're going to stay here with this in Greenfield, at the Cops as they wind down. They have about 150, probably now 130 or so cones left to give out for free, a special blueberry flavor that was created just for today and just for this movie. And Hugh Jackman giving out those cones and taking a picture with every single person he met. Amazing. Stories that people will tell for a very, very long time. But then he's not done yet. There is an event that is happening this evening at the Oriental. When you talk about Milwaukee, you have an afternoon to really just bring home to a visitor who's never been here. What is Milwaukee about? This is the perfect visit. How can I meet the people? How can I get how can I get a flavor of Milwaukee? You gotta have Cops custard. You have to have custard. It's not ice cream, it's custard. And when if you're from out of state and you've never had custard, or you're a transplant and you still have not had custard and you're like, what is everyone talking about? Oh, after you have it, your life will be changed. So you go to Cops, which is a legend of itself. It's a staple in Milwaukee, and you meet Milwaukeeans. So that is an honor. And then how do you follow that up? What do you do? What's the cherry on the sundae? You screen the film at Milwaukee's Oriental Theater. If you watch Real Milwaukee, when you watch Real Milwaukee, Gino often will do interviews, press junkets, Zoom interviews, and his background is the Oriental. It is the old MGM style type of movie house with the balcony and the dark and the rich colors and the carpeting and the big staircase. That's where this movie is going to be shown tonight. The hometown premiere is happening at the Oriental, and then right next to the Oriental, of course, is the landmark bowling lanes, and so there's going to be an event there too. It's pretty cold, so you don't want to do a Q&A and that sort of thing outside. Although I'm sure if you asked Hugh Jackman, he'd be up for anything, because he just seems like he is just that kind of good guy. But they're going to have an event in the landmark, and it's invitation only. Now, you can try to show up for the blue carpet and see if you can snap a photo. That is open to the public if you can get close enough. But the actual screening of the movie, that is by invite only, and the Q&A that's going to happen in the landmark, that is also Q&A, or excuse me, that is also by invitation only. But the good news is you're going to feel like you are there, because our Ashley Sears and her photographer, Eric Lichtheim, are credentialed, which means they got the press pass and they're going to be on the blue carpet, and then they're going to go in, screen the movie, and they're just going to be there for all of it. So you will not miss a thing if you stay with us on Fox 6. And then, did we mention Gino is tonight's host? He's going to be on stage with the director and Hugh Jackman. How exciting is that? Now, he's very modest. I for sure thought, I'm like, the reason why he's here, Hugh Jackman, is because of Gino. Gino says, no, that's not the case. But still, you got to think that Gino has been a goodwill ambassador for the city of Milwaukee. He's always traveling to Hollywood and New York and just sharing all the wonderful things. And he literally invites practically everyone he meets on these junkets to come to Milwaukee. And it is happening. Hugh Jackman is here. And as I was saying, what better place to end this visit? You're practically at the lake so that you see Lake Michigan. And just like I said, it just is the perfect place to screen this movie. And if you only have a couple of hours to be in Milwaukee, this is the way to do it. Check in with us on Fox 6 News at 4. I'm going to be joined by Ben Handelman. And the question is, was Christina Van Zelst successful in getting a picture with Hugh Jackman? She brought it all to you. She showed you the excitement of others, of fans, getting their ice cream, getting their picture with Hugh Jackman. She was working the whole time, but the question is, will she get the chance to get the ice cream? Will she get the chance to get a photo? Not one that she took herself. I don't know if you heard in some of the background that they were trying to kind of like, do one of these numbers to see if they could get Hugh Jackman. I'm talking about the professional photo with the photographer. We want that for her, right? Thanks for joining us on the Wisconsin Live Desk. It is always fun, but on a day like today, what can we say? It's wild. Have a great afternoon and see you right back here on the news at 4.